did not happen in isolation. His name had already surfaced months earlier inside a federal courtroom tied to the young Dolph case. During testimony, co-defendant Cornelius Smith identified 𝗟𝗓𝗡 in photographs presented by prosecutors, referring to him as the money man calling the shots. According to the testimony, 𝗟𝗓𝗡 was present when arrangements were discussed with Justin Johnson and other individuals accused in the killing. Prosecutors even introduced cell phone records they said connected 𝗟𝗓𝗡 to Hernandez Govan, the alleged middleman now charged with ordering the hit, as well as to the shooters themselves. In court, one witness testified that 𝗟𝗓𝗡's own girlfriend described him as being at the top of the chain. While 𝗟𝗓𝗡 was never charged, his alleged role in financing the plot remained a key piece of evidence being examined. His murder occurred before prosecutors could directly question him under oath. That night outside Perignon's, gunfire left no doubt that someone wanted 𝗟𝗓𝗡 gone. Memphis police confirmed video evidence was being reviewed, but stated no clear suspects had been identified. They also made clear that based on how the attack unfolded, they believed 𝗟𝗓𝗡 was specifically targeted.
We do feel like the individual that was shot was possibly targeted by the suspect.
The second victim's identity was not disclosed publicly, but his survival ensured there was at least one other eyewitness to the shooting. The timing of 𝗟𝗓𝗡's death was significant. It came while legal proceedings around young Dolph's murder were still active and with multiple defendants awaiting trial. His killing removed a figure who had been directly named in testimony as financially backing the plot against Dolph. Without charges ever filed and with no chance for prosecutors to bring him in, the case lost one of its most controversial links, Joshua Teezy Taylor. Joshua Taylor, also known in Memphis as CEO Teezy, was shot to death on June 14, 2023 in the Orange Mound neighborhood. Memphis police responded around 12:56 p.m. to Spotswood Avenue near Bunton Street, where they found Taylor inside a vehicle suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The 26-year-old was a father of two and widely recognized as a leader of the 𝗟𝗓𝗡 Mafia, one of the city's most active street organizations. His killing was treated as a homicide, but no suspects were publicly identified and no arrests have been made. The events leading up to his death traced back to the night before. On June 13th, Taylor had been at his girlfriend's house and was reported to be in good spirits when he left. Not long after, gunfire erupted in Orange Mound. Witnesses later described what sounded like a shootout rather than a quiet ambush. According to those accounts, Taylor returned fire and managed to leave the immediate scene, but he never made it far. His body was discovered in his car the following day, suggesting he had been mortally wounded and driven away before succumbing to his injuries. Taylor's position in Memphis carried heavy weight. As the de facto head of the 𝗟𝗓𝗡 Mafia, he oversaw a crew that had been repeatedly linked in law enforcement files to the suspects in young Dolph's 2021 assassination. In February 2022, Memphis police publicly named him as a person of interest in the Dolph case. He was never charged, but that label followed him. Prosecutors described the 𝗟𝗓𝗡 Mafia as being closely tied to several men who have since been indicted for Dolph's murder, including Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith. By virtue of his leadership role, Taylor was repeatedly mentioned in reports as someone whose approval or direction could have influenced major moves. In the hierarchy of Memphis street politics, that made him a high-profile target. Following the shooting, Memphis police confirmed that the investigation was ongoing, but gave no further comment about whether the case had any link to young Dolph's murder.
MPD says the investigation is ongoing, refusing to answer any questions about the case or whether it has any link to Memphis rapper Young Dolph.
His family and girlfriend mourned his death publicly. In posts on social media, his girlfriend pushed back against commentary tying his death to Dolph, instead asking people to focus on her personal loss. Others in Memphis, however, pointed to his notoriety as a leader of 𝗟𝗓𝗡 Mafia and a previously named person of interest, noting that his reputation and affiliations made him a marked man. At the time of his death, Taylor also faced unrelated legal issues. Records listed active warrants for charges including property theft between $10,000 and $60,000 and possession of a prohibited weapon. Those cases never reached trial because of his killing. 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡 Benson. On August 18, 2023, gunfire broke out at a BP gas station on South Parkway East in Memphis. The victim was identified as 28-year-old 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡 Benson, younger brother of rapper Black Youngsta. Security footage captured an unmasked gunman carrying out the attack in broad daylight before fleeing the scene. Memphis police confirmed that Benson was pronounced dead on sight. The brazen nature of the shooting stunned the area, and investigators quickly released a clear still image of the suspect, while Crime Stoppers offered a $5,000 reward for information. 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡's death came in the middle of a long and bitter feud tied to his brother. Black Youngsta, born Sammy Benson, had been locked in conflict with young Dolph for years. That tension first made headlines in 2017, when Youngsta was arrested after more than 100 rounds were fired at Dolph's bulletproof SUV in Charlotte. Dolph survived the attempt, but the incident cemented a public and dangerous rivalry. Even after Dolph's death in 2021, Youngsta drew outrage for openly mocking him, performing diss tracks like Shake Some at clubs and filming a music video in a cemetery in front of a headstone marked with Dolph's family name, Thornton. Those moves inflamed tempers in Memphis and beyond, with many pointing out that in street culture, disrespect doesn't fade easily. When 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡 was killed, the connection was impossible to ignore. For police, it was another homicide in a city already struggling with violence. For the community, it carried a deeper meaning. The idea that when someone can't be reached directly, those closest to them often pay the price. Black Youngsta's response came swiftly on social media. In a series of Instagram posts, he grieved for his brother, but also promised retaliation. "I love you, my baby brother, rest up," he wrote before shifting to anger. "I'm gonna make the world pay, I swear to God, nobody safe, standing over everybody, 4LIFE. He ended his posts by declaring he was ready for whatever came next, writing, "Don't feel sorry for me. I'm not gone, feel sorry for nobody." Only God knows his words made clear that the loss had only hardened his stance. 6 months later, in February 2024, police arrested Randy Ewing Jr. in connection with the shooting. He was charged with voluntary manslaughter, employment of a firearm during a dangerous felony, and being a felon in possession of a handgun. His arrest gave some answers to the family, but not closure.
28-year-old Randy Ewing was taken into custody in Parkway Village last night after he was spotted by U.S. Marshals and the MPD fugitive team in the area of Crichton Avenue.
In May 2024, while free on a $36,000 bond, Ewing died unexpectedly. The cause of death was not made public. By September, Shelby County prosecutors announced the charges had been abated due to his passing, closing the case without a conviction. For Black Youngsta, 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡's death was another devastating blow. He had already buried 2 brothers before this. In 2013, his youngest brother, Ronnie, was killed in Memphis. That loss shook him so badly that he briefly abandoned rap altogether, later admitting he had even considered. 6 years later, in 2019, another brother, 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗞 Benson, known as Heavy Champ TD, was shot and killed in Miami. Each time, Youngsta returned to music, but the grief left its mark. By the time 𝗕𝗟𝗎𝗡 was killed in 2023, he had lost 3 brothers in a decade, each to gun violence. Destiny Govan, better known as rapper Lotta Cash Desto, was just 25 years old when her life was cut short in Houston, Texas. She was the daughter of Hernandez Govan, the man accused of orchestrating the killing of young Dolph. Unlike her father, Desto was focused on building a rap career. She had already signed to Lil Uzi Vert's label, recorded collaborations like Lunchroom and Vegas, and was working closely with Uzi, who supported her both personally and professionally. On September 24, 2022, around 2:40 a.m., she was driving along the 5,500 block of Richmond Avenue with a female passenger when a dark vehicle pulled up. 2 men got out and opened fire on her car. Desto tried to defend herself, returning shots from inside her vehicle, but she was fatally struck. Her passenger survived with injuries. Police later found one of the suspected shooters, 24-year-old Christian Isaiah Williams, nearby with a gunshot wound. He was arrested while recovering in the hospital and charged with murder. A second man, 19-year-old Jeremiah Smith, was arrested months later in Louisiana and also charged with her killing. The attack immediately drew attention because of who Desto's father was. By late 2022, Hernandez-Govan had been named by prosecutors as the man who directed young Dolph's murder. Many in Memphis saw Desto's death as retaliation tied to that case. But in his own words, Govan denied that connection.
Right, but if you ordering somebody to be off on this earth, if you ordering that, then one of your loved ones is off, you can't be mad. I mean, how about we do this? Let's stop all the killing. Let's just stop the killing and let's figure out a new way, because if one of my family members is off, I'm hurt. It ain't no coming back from that. What happens if you change your mind? You know, at first I wanted this dude off, but now I changed my mind, man. I'm trying to get into heaven. You can't bring the person back, man.
If that was the case, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'll just say that. My daughter was killed over a botched robbery.
In an interview after his arrest, he explained that his daughter was targeted for robbery, not revenge. According to court records and his account, the men who followed her that night admitted to spotting her in the club, recognizing her jewelry, and attempting to rob her after she left. Still, the circumstances surrounding her death fueled speculation. A Facebook post from Govan after the shooting only added to the conversation. In it, he wrote, "I think I curse you, destiny, with my lifestyle. I apologize, baby." He later clarified that it wasn't an admission of responsibility, but rather a reflection on the influence his past had on her. He said she admired his image and personality, and he regretted not being a better role model.
Didn't you make a Facebook post after she passed away and you apologized, saying that your lifestyle may have cursed her?
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Her death hit the music industry hard. Lil Uzi Vert covered the cost of her funeral and spoke about the bond they shared, saying she would call him daily to check in while he was in rehab. He even memorialized her in his music, mentioning the $200,000 he spent on her funeral. Other artists, including Kodak Black, expressed grief, with Kodak revealing he had been planning to sign her to his own label and invest in her career. Desmond Rogers. Desmond Rogers' name comes up often in street accounts connected to young Dolph's murder, even though his death never received the same media coverage as others tied to the case. Rogers was a Memphis man from Orange Mound who, according to multiple local reports and online discussions, was linked to the discovery of the white Mercedes-Benz used as the getaway car in Dolph's killing. That car was found abandoned outside a house in South Memphis days after the shooting, and its recovery became one of the first major breaks in the investigation. Rogers was believed by some in the community to have provided information about the car's location. Not long after, he was killed near the same area, leading to widespread claims that he was targeted for cooperating with police. Official reporting around Rogers' death remains scarce, and law enforcement never publicly confirmed a direct connection between his killing and the Dolph investigation. But within Memphis, the story of what happened to him became part of the larger web of violence that unfolded after November 2021. Rogers was not known as a major figure in the city's street scene, but his name was quickly attached to the Mercedes and its role in the case.
Hey, I remember Desmond Rogers, bro. It's just like they got killed right after the Mercedes got found. They parked that in the backyard.
The uncertainty around many of these killings has also blurred the line between fact and rumor. For example, after the death of Marcus Lake, who was said online to be the head of CMG Security, stories spread that he had been murdered in retaliation. It was later confirmed he had died of natural causes, showing how quickly speculation could take hold in such a tense environment. By contrast, in Rogers' case, the details remained unclear, but the timing of his death, so soon after the discovery of the Mercedes, ensured it became folded into the Dolph narrative. Justin Johnson, better known by his rap name Straight Drop, Justin was identified as one of the two gunmen who ambushed young Dolph outside Makita's Cookies. Just 23 years old at the time of his arrest, Johnson had already built a long record of violent crimes. In 2017, he opened fire with an assault rifle at a Memphis bowling alley, injuring 3 people. Despite the severity of that case, he received a 5-year sentence and served only 6 months before being released for good behavior. Later, he was convicted in federal court for a weapons charge and spent just over 2 years in prison before walking free again in 2021. Within months, he was back on the streets, and by November of that year, he was standing outside Makita's with a gun in his hands. Surveillance cameras captured Johnson and another man, Cornelius Smith, firing into the storefront as young Dolph shopped for cookies. The brazen attack was carried out in broad daylight, with witnesses nearby, leaving little question about what had happened. The footage quickly became central to the case, identifying Johnson as one of the shooters. According to prosecutors, Johnson had been promised $40,000 and the chance to advance his career under CMG if he carried out the hit. After the murder, Johnson posted on Instagram claiming he would turn himself in. Instead, he went on the run. On January 11, 2022, U.S. Marshals tracked him down and arrested him in Indiana. The arrest came after weeks of public attention, with his face plastered across news reports and social media. By then, evidence had already piled up. Photos and music videos linked Johnson and his associates to the same getaway car seen at the crime scene, a white Mercedes-Benz, and to weapons similar to those used in the shooting. In court, prosecutors laid out the timeline. Johnson and Smith had stalked Dolph, pulled up to Makita's in the stolen Mercedes, and opened fire. Dolph was struck multiple times and pronounced dead shortly after. The judge noted how the murder was carried out in a public space with no concern for bystanders, describing the act as one showing a complete lack of regard for life.
These were crimes that were committed in our community in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, other people around.
In September 2024, nearly 3 years after the killing, Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole, but his punishment didn't stop there. Days later, Judge Jennifer Mitchell handed down an additional 35 years, 20 for conspiracy, and 15 for firearm possession. Those sentences run consecutive to his life term, meaning Johnson would not be eligible for parole until he is in his 70s.
Justin Johnson was already convicted.
This is the type of life these youngins want. All of them do the same thing in the same video. They show these big stacks of money, but yet you living in an apartment. You showing these big stacks of money, but your lifestyle doesn't even... Come on, man. But this is what they all do. And then next thing you know, they behind bars until they 70 years old. Well, this is how I'm going to live my life. It was fun while it lasted. No, I want my life fun to last forever. That's what you need to do.
And sentenced to life for the killing of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Friday, he was back in court for sentencing on 2 additional charges: conspiracy to commit the murder and being a convicted felon in possession of a handgun.
This outcome sealed his fate. Once a small-time rapper trying to climb Memphis's rap ladder, he will now spend the rest of his life in prison. The same choices that gave him a reputation on the streets also left him as the face of one of Memphis's most high-profile murders, tied forever to the killing of young Dolph, Cornelius Smith Jr. Cornelius Smith Jr., 32, was identified as the second shooter in young Dolph's killing. He was already in custody before the murder charges were filed, picked up on December 9, 2021 for a November 10 carjacking. The stolen vehicle, a white Mercedes coupe, was later confirmed as the getaway car used at Makita's Cookies. That arrest tied him directly into the investigation. Smith's background showed a string of serious charges. In 2018, he faced aggravated assault and domestic assault, though that case was later dismissed. By 2021, he was back facing violent charges, and the Mercedes carjacking connected him to Justin Johnson, better known as Straight Drop. Smith's name entered the headlines as the second gunman when prosecutors laid out surveillance footage, witness testimony, and physical evidence linking him to the ambush. In court, Smith took the stand and admitted to his role. He identified himself on video as the first man stepping out of the Mercedes, carrying a semi-automatic rifle.
First guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns do you have?
Look at this.
I got the little Draco stairs on.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
Yeah.
You ever shot that thing before?
Nah, I never shot.
He described opening fire through the glass of Makita's cookies while young Dolph stood near the window. He testified that Johnson exited with a handgun and joined in, both of them unloading into the store before fleeing back to the car. He told the jury he didn't feel anything in that moment. "I just got out and started shooting," he said, explaining that he was looking for money and was deep into pills at the time. Smith also revealed details about how the hit came together. He testified that Hernandez-Govan was the one who set it up, providing the weapons and pointing out Dolph's turkey giveaway as the opportunity. He said the supposed payout was $40,000, but he only received $800 before his arrest. Later, he claimed his lawyer was paid $50,000 by Gotti's brother, Anthony Big Jook Mims, though he denied knowing where that money came from. Prosecutors used his testimony to connect Govan and Johnson to the conspiracy, while the defense labeled Smith a pathological liar, willing to say anything to cut time off his sentence. Smith admitted on the stand that his conscience didn't catch up with him until he was sitting in jail, sober, and thinking about his actions. He said grief over his young son's death combined with drugs pushed him deeper into reckless decisions. During testimony, he described being hit by gunfire himself when Dolph's brother Marcus fired back at the shooters. Smith said he realized he had been grazed and pointed out a bullet hole in the Mercedes side window as they fled the scene. The defense pressed hard to discredit him. They argued that Smith's shifting stories and admitted drug use made him unreliable, pointing to contradictions in how he described payments and who was involved. His lawyers painted him as a man trying to trade information for leniency, but prosecutors leaned on his direct admission as crucial to securing convictions. As of August 2025, Smith faces charges of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. He has pleaded not guilty and no trial date has been set. His testimony remains one of the most detailed first-hand accounts of what happened outside Makita's that day, connecting the hired hit, the shooters, and the wider network prosecutors say orchestrated the ambush. 𝗟𝗡𝗡 Johnson. 𝗟𝗡𝗡 Johnson, the half-brother of Justin Johnson, found himself drawn into the aftermath of young Dolph's murder not as one of the gunmen, but for his role in helping them once the crime was already committed. In November 2022, Memphis police identified him as the fourth suspect connected to the case. Unlike the others, 𝗟𝗡𝗡 was not accused of firing shots or being at the scene of Makita's cookies on the day of the killing. Instead, prosecutors charged him for the part he played in aiding his half-brother and Cornelius Smith after Dolph was gunned down. In June 2023, 𝗟𝗡𝗡 entered a guilty plea to 3 counts of accessory after the fact. In court, he admitted that he assisted Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith while they were on the run. His role was mostly behind the scenes, but still serious in the eyes of investigators.
The jury has already heard bombshell testimony from Cornelius Smith, who admitted to killing young Dolph, along with Justin Johnson's half-brother.
Yeah, and so yesterday the jury heard from several other witnesses.
He acknowledged that he helped them communicate by cell phone and even stepped in to help one of them contact a probation officer so their cover would not be blown. By admitting his involvement, 𝗟𝗡𝗡 avoided a potential trial and received a sentence of 6 years probation in 2024, a much lighter outcome than those facing the central figures in the killing. The details of his cooperation came out during testimony in the broader trial proceedings. Prosecutors explained that 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗅 phone activity linked him to the men directly responsible for Dolph's murder, and his admissions made clear that he knowingly played a role in keeping them hidden during the crucial days after the shooting. Unlike his half-brother Justin Johnson, who is serving a life sentence for first-degree murder, 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗅 avoided prison, but only by cutting a deal with the state. The terms of his plea agreement also left open the possibility that he may be called to testify against his brother or other co-defendants. By cooperating, he ensured leniency, but it also placed him in the difficult position of having to provide evidence in a case that involved his own family. During court hearings, prosecutors made it clear that his testimony could be required if needed in appeals or further proceedings connected to the conspiracy charges. At sentencing, 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗅 expressed regret for his part in helping the men after the killing, but the judge emphasized that even limited involvement in such a high-profile murder case carried serious weight. For Memphis prosecutors, his plea was one more piece in the puzzle that linked the network of people around young Dolph's killing together, from those accused of pulling the triggers to the man accused of setting it up, to those who helped cover their tracks afterward. As of now, 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗅 Johnson is serving his probation. His sentence allows him to remain free under supervision instead of serving time behind bars, but his actions are still closely monitored. And while his punishment was lighter compared to his half-brother, his name is now permanently linked to the case that shook Memphis and the wider hip-hop world. Hernandez Govan. Hernandez Govan, 45, was indicted in November 2022 on charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Prosecutors described him as the man who set up young Dolph's killing, accusing him of recruiting Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, supplying weapons, and alerting them that Dolph would be at Makita's Cookies during his annual Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. According to testimony, Govan told Smith and Johnson there was a $100,000 bounty on Dolph, and he would take a $10,000 cut once the job was done. Govan denied all of it. When he was arrested, he said the indictment felt unreal, especially coming just months after losing his daughter, brother, and grandmother in quick succession.
It was almost like a death blow considering that I just went through that situation with my daughter. I also had a brother of mine that died in a car wreck around that time, and my grandmother.
He described the timing as devastating and maintained that he had nothing to do with the murder. Despite the seriousness of the charges, he pleaded not guilty from the beginning and rejected a plea deal offered to him before trial. His attorney, Manny Aurora, mounted a defense that targeted both the investigation and the credibility of the state's witnesses. Aurora questioned the reliability of cell phone records, challenged whether investigators properly verified communication between the defendants, and repeatedly pointed to the inconsistencies in Cornelius Smith's testimony. Smith had testified that Govan organized the plot and gave him the weapons, but Aurora highlighted that Smith's lawyer received tens of thousands of dollars shortly after Smith's arrest, and Smith admitted he did not know where that money came from. The defense framed Smith as a man desperate to save himself, calling him a pathological liar who would say whatever prosecutors wanted in exchange for leniency. In May 2023, Govan was released on a $90,000 bond due to health issues with approval from Dolph's family. Under bond conditions, he was placed on house arrest and allowed to leave only for medical treatment or meetings with his lawyer. His attorney's reputation drew additional attention. Manny Aurora, a high-profile defense lawyer who previously represented figures like Gucci Mane, Lil Durk, and Pac-Man Jones, argued that Govan was unfairly painted as the mastermind without solid evidence.
Manny Aurora.
Manny Aurora, yes, sir.
Who is from Atlanta and has represented Lil Durk, Gucci Mane, Pac-Man Jones, and many others.
Correct, yes, sir.
Rumors spread online that Yo Gotti or others tied to CMG paid for Aurora's services, but both Govan and
I'm sorry, man. I am sorry. I don't trust this dude. I don't trust this dude, man. This guy right here, I don't trust him. You know why? You know why I don't trust him? Because he's saying, yes, sir. You supposed to be hood. You your daughter is into holding all that money and doing all this. You're not a great father, can't you tell? Your daughter is passed away now, and you getting tied up into making hits on people, and you calling this guy yes sir. Why are you doing that? Because you fake. You faking it. Why don't you take the road of, that's a white man, I ain't trying to go. Why don't you do that like you normally do? I don't trust him, man. I don't trust this dude right here. I'm just saying, I mean, God dang. Maybe I shouldn't say that because he might look me up and come off me. This is crazy, man. I can't believe this is going down like this.
And many others.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Rumors spread online that 𝐘𝐿𝐷𝐼 or others tied to CMG paid for Aurora's services, but both Govan and Aurora dismissed those claims. Govan said Aurora stayed with him even when his own funds ran out, describing their bond as personal as much as professional. When Govan's trial finally began in August 2025, the case came down to witness credibility and the strength of the state's evidence. Prosecutors leaned heavily on Smith's testimony and on recorded communications, but the defense emphasized contradictions and lack of physical proof tying Govan directly to the shooting. After 3 hours of deliberation, the Memphis jury returned a verdict of not guilty on all counts. Govan did not testify in his own defense. When the verdict was read, he hugged his lawyer and thanked the judge, calling the moment a chance to be born again. He told reporters afterward that he planned to restart his life and focus on positive things.
Hey, I don't know, man. I already said my closing arguments. Man. And now I'm thinking, can you imagine, y'all, my live is on. Shout out to my live side. Shout out to the live channel. I'm being serious, man. I'm pushing everything I can on this YouTube thing and getting all this stuff done. 34 minutes of Memphis sightings of young Dolph. Because of his killing, everybody want to retaliate. So that means so many other people are being, damn, I meant not to say the word killing, off. God dang. And it's a circle. And everybody trying to hide and they trying to act like they ain't do nothing wrong. Why would you want to off somebody, man? You're not afraid of what he gonna think if you killing his. Oh man. If you think it's wrong, then don't do it. Yes or no? Do you think killing somebody, offing somebody else, I said the word again. You don't supposed to say that word on YouTube. If you feel as though offing somebody is okay, right? Not what the law says and not what if they catch me. I ain't talking about law and the laws of the land. I'm talking about his laws. Because it says in his book, it says, thou shalt not kill. I think that's clear as day. And I think you feel of your hearts, of all hearts, that you shouldn't do that. Hey, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Do better in this world. Peace out. What's up, live stream? My live stream. I don't see y'all because I'm doing too many things at one time. That's how I'm going to roll. Huh? Yes. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be turning the volume down, dear. Yes. I'm live now on the live stream. The live channel. Can you get to the live channel? Uh-oh. She's funny. She said, oh, uh-oh. Oh, that's a request. Why is it? Oh, my God. All right. Let's check this out. I did that. We ain't going. That's 20 minutes. Let's do this. To hear say, oh. Right here. I gotta put both of these up. To hear, I ain't do both of these. I forgot. Send you the link for what? I know. I'm just messing with you, Dev. You don't know how to get to the live channel by yourself? I'm going to get in trouble, y'all. Y'all hear me get ready to get in trouble, right?
You already know.
Ah, man, wait a minute. I'm going to get myself in trouble, baby. All right. We're going. There we go. Oh, it's an hour. This is an hour long. All right. I just posted something on Facebook. She said send her the link. Send her the link to the live stream. Hold up, y'all. Oh, I don't even see what's going on. How y'all doing? That's all I want to know is how everybody is doing. Got my back to you. Helen J. Meaty. Is that Meaty Mia Gordon? How you doing? What's happening? Cookie, go upstairs. You know that. Police beat down. That's our other channel. Palmy's World. That's my dog. Yes, it is. Yeah, we live. Okay, we got the live on. Let me send you the link. Share. Copy. Bam. I can't believe. Oh, we're going to be here for a minute, baby. We're going to be here for a minute. All right. I sent you the link, honey. Get on my nerves. She talking and doing all kinds of other stuff. Uncle Mike, I'm on my way. I ain't no dog. What's up, my dog? That's my cousin. Maybe you my cousin. How about that? Oh shoot, this is oops. Okay, I'm trying to get things together. Let me get my stuff together. I hate dude. Okay, it came. Oh, I should hit the right hand click. It'll be better. Thinking out loud, baby. Thinking out loud. That's all. Bam. I can't believe. Y'all hit them thumbs up and everything. Yeah. Yeah, Mina fired. Mina, you fired. She doing all kinds of stuff. She got company. One of our happy birthday to one of our new employees, Mario, who is still in training. Yeah, okay, check this out, man. We got hey, y'all on the live side, y'all better watch this on the main channel. Watch it on the main channel also, please. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Before we get started, I want to say happy birthday to Mario. He is drunk right now, y'all. I should show. Oh well, Mario is one of the first new employees for the YouTube channel that we're doing. That's number one. So happy birthday to him. Number two is we're starting a YouTube course. If you want to change your life, I'm trying to tell you, honey, mute. I'm going to hang up on you. If you want to change your life like Uncle Mike did, if you wanna change your life, if you wanna travel the world, dude, I'm trying to tell y'all, making money online is the new way to go. Don't go get a second job. Well, you go get a second job so you can pay me for the course. But seriously though, man, I am actually putting together a course. I put together the course, read over it, looked at it again, and I said, hell, I want to join this course. This is gonna be a bad course. Oh, I forgot I'm the teacher. But anyway, the YouTube growth system and everything, and all that good stuff, we are actually putting it together, and we're building the course around your questions and answers, your statements. So I'm gonna put something in this video, man. If you seriously want to change your life, that's what I'm trying to, man, change your life, man. I'm making, and I'm not bragging, I'm just being factual. I'm making 3 times as much money as I was when I had a job. And it's scary to walk off that job, but you'll know, all you got to do is listen to him. He would tell you when it's time to walk off the job. Don't jump out there too quick. People thought I jumped out there a little too quick. Nah, dog, I waited a long time. I waited 2 weeks of making sure this is working and doing the analytics, and I'm a professional because I've been doing it for 6 years. Then I put in a 2 weeks notice to make sure the analytics was still working. And then I rolled out and said, see y'all. Anyway, now let's get to this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Shout out to all my enders. Shout out to all the people that support the channel. Shout out to my subscribers, baby. 492. Hit that subscribe button, man. We trying to get to 500,000, man. We almost there. Bloop. 8,000 more. So, hey, Cookie, Paul Meets World, to here, and everybody else that's in the chat room, yaddy dee, yaddy da. Y'all go find Helen. Go find 8,000 of your friends and tell them to subscribe so we can get to 500,000. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy. Yeah.
I got to get your take on it, man. Diddy, he got 50 months in prison. How you feeling about it, man?
Well, since this is going to be my last Art of the Dialogue interview, and the Diddy trial and the Diddy saga is over, like the Gene Deal story ain't bigger as the Diddy trial or the Diddy story. Man, I feel good, man. I feel good way before the sentencing, and I'm gonna feel good way after it. You know what I'm saying? That the sentence.
Y'all gotta realize, man, I ain't gonna keep stopping it. I'm gonna let it flow. But y'all gotta realize, man, this thing is nowhere near over with. Number one, Diddy is tied to some stuff in other countries. They just in the UK, they just locked up a dude that going to go to trial that's affiliated with Diddy. That's in the UK, man. Diddy got 80 different cases going on. Also, the feds, they ain't finished with Diddy. Y'all need to look up some of these RICO cases, and when they find these people not guilty the first go around, next thing you know, damn, they back in court again. They done found them not guilty, another go around, damn. They back in court again. So, hey man, it's a lot of stuff to go down. Here we go, man. Shoot, where we at? Here we go. Come on, computer. I meant to start the computer.
This thing don't have anything to do with how I feel. It just goes me to show that tells me when God puts you in a position and puts you in a place to be involved in something, his word ain't never wrong. It is exactly what I said on my show. I said, Diddy gonna end up doing 24 months in prison. The judge gave him 50 months, but you gotta realize he already had 14 months in it, practically. And he's going to get credit for 2 months of that 14 months. That give him 16 months. He's gonna do 24 months, which is gonna give him about 30 months because he only had to do 85% in the feds. and he goes to probably a halfway house. So he got off like a fat rat in a cheese factory. But for a dude like Diddy going to jail and spending all that time, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be rough or nothing like that, because his former president of Bad Boy, Kirk Burrows, with the federal jail. You understand? Lil' Kim with the federal jail. So, you know, because the type of dude he is, you know, he'll make it, he'll be all right. And plus they gonna send him to a camp, bruh. He'll be in somebody camp or somebody dormitory, whereas that it'll be real light for him. So, you know, he'll see the streets back again in 24 months. He'll be out within 2 years. It seems like a lot saying 50 months and everything like that, but it's not really a lot, not at all, bro. It's not a lot at all. You know what I'm saying? I know for an executive, somebody who's been a jet setter, somebody who's been going all around the world, been in all kind of, you know, stadiums, galas, and living in mansions. You know, it's a lot of people who lived in mansions that's in federal jail. You know, you got Senator Melendez from Jersey in jail. You got a lot of them in jail doing way more time than him. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be all right, man. I think that, you know, he got off like a fat rat in a cheese factory, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got off based on how the judge started the whole sentence. He was talking about coercion. He was talking about relevant conduct. He was talking about, he even said that with Diddy conduct and what he was doing, he should get a sizable sentence or something like that. You know, like his sentences should be a large sentence. And I think that, you know, 50 months, I don't see that as being large. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a third. I think the third of the guidelines where the probation report said. I think the probation report started at 72 months. So it's almost, what was it? That's like 72 months, 50 months, close to not even a third. It's a little over a third of what the probation report said he should get.
Man,
but it is what it is.
It's bull.
So you feel like he got off? 50 months wasn't enough for you?
Damn right.
Yeah, listen to me, man. What people don't understand is they look at the Mann Act as only being something about prostitution. There's different sections. If you read the Mann Act, it talks about rape. It talks about coercion. It talks about somebody being beaten. It talks about a lot of different things in that Mann Act that gives people a lot of time, because you could get up to, I think, about 135 months for that Mann Act. You understand what I'm saying?
This is nice.
You can get up to 135 months. That's close to 10 years, I think, or better. So it's different versions, it's different sections in that whole act based on what they call relevant conduct that you do in that stuff. And then he did a lot of shit. He beat people. He drugged people. The judge even said this. You understand? The judge spoke about coercion. And no matter what what you call them people, the jurors, you know, said and thought and everything like that, the judge spoke about his coercion, his relevant conduct. The judge spoke about, you know, mitigating circumstances, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit the judge spoke about. You know, look at here. He got caught with drugs. Never got charged with the drugs. And the judge knew that. That's why the judge said relevant conduct. You understand? He got caught with guns. Guns in the house with the serial number. The judge knew that. You understand? Relevant conduct. You understand? That he didn't get charged with. The beating of Jane, hitting in the head, the assault, and all that stuff of Cassie. All those things, they probably couldn't. I don't guess they could have charged him with them, but it came up in the trial. All that's relevant conduct. You understand? and people don't understand all the things that he was doing. Then the judge made a point. When you go and talk to the managers and you talk to people about hiding evidence. You understand? Remember the fact in the trial when it came up that he gave a guy $100,000 and some $100,000 or $100,000 to keep the tape that from cashing them? That's relevant conduct. Your judge was speaking about all that. So now, if he's doing that, and the judge is saying all the stuff that he did that was wrong, what else? Having security take people, put them up in abandoned buildings and threaten them. The judge had all that information. So it was no way this judge was going to let Diddy walk away. And talking about 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞, his lawyer talk about, well, I want him to walk out of court today. I want him only have 14 months.
Damn,
or whatever.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. The judge, after he made those statements, they was toying with the judge because they had made so many statements. The judge had made statements prior to any one of those lawyers speaking. How the hell could they even say some of the stuff they didn't say? I thought when the lawyers, I was happy when Diddy's lawyers was speaking because they was burying him more than they was helping him. If you listen to what his lawyers was saying, you know, based on them speaking for him, the best person that spoke for Diddy was Diddy this day. The best person that spoke for Diddy was Diddy. All that other stuff and all the things that he did and he got away with it, he going at Suge Knight and them with guns. You understand? Going, there was testimony in the trial about that. There was testimony he going to Kid Cudi's house. Allegedly Mike having somebody set his car on fire. Tearing up all his Christmas gifts. Throwing an ashtray, hitting somebody in the head with it. Beating Cassie on multiple occasions. There was a lot of stuff that came out in the trial that the judge knew about it. So the judge couldn't just let him walk out of there with nothing. But the judge knew, you know, listen here, bro. The judge knew gave him, well, not gave him, but let him off easy, bro. He got let off easy. And don't get me wrong, bro. I don't want to see a black man in jail. I don't want to see a black man in jail. But I don't care nothing about Diddy going to jail. That's a big difference to me. I never want to see a black man going to jail based on the circumstance, based on the situation, based on he may not have the legal team, because a lot of us get railroaded. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us get railroaded. So I don't never want to see no black, you know, yo, that's what these cats gonna be saying. Yo, they want to see a nigga. Nah, bro. I fought to keep guys out of jail for 27 years. But do I care about him going to jail? Nah, I don't, bro.
He's very passionate about what he's saying.
God just gonna have to take that off my heart. But that's my enemy. He made it clear. He made it clear when he was sending niggas at me, when he was doing shit, when he was setting dudes up, when he was when he cursed Wolf mother out, when he set Wolf up to go at BMF.
No. I know good and well Diddy ain't cussing other people's mothers out. I know he ain't doing that. Gene, you lying. You got to be lying. Who cusses out somebody else's mother? What? Nah, no. Well, he cussed his mother out. Gene said he cussed his own mother out. He tripping. That's tripping, man. You cuss. have respect for your elders. If this lady is old enough to be your mother, don't disrespect. I know he didn't. Did he say that? Maybe I didn't hear it. Bush. Maybe I didn't hear it. Man, get out of here. I can't believe. Bush. I'm going crazy because I know I didn't hear this. I know I didn't hear Diddy is using profanity towards somebody else's mother. And this supposed to be your boy. No, I didn't hear that. I know I didn't hear it.
He made it clear. He made it clear when he was sending niggas at me, when he was doing shit, when he was setting dudes up, when he was when he cursed Wolf mother out, when he set Wolf up to go at BMF.
No.
And it became my enemy, bro, as well as I became his.
Yes.
So why should I care? He did a whole lot of shit to a whole lot of people. And now he's paying for it. So all these cats, I guess y'all get y'all visitation rights. Some of y'all can get y'all conjugal visits right with him. I don't give a shit. That's how I feel about it, bro.
Yeah.
So.
But you notice more and more Gene goes on. In the beginning, if you go back and watch Gene Deal's first interviews, when you first go back and research Gene Deal's first interviews, he wasn't talking like this. He wasn't talking so, he was kind of like, should I say this? Because you got to feel your way with the YouTube thing. You got to feel your way with public speaking. What should I say? What I can't say? Whatever the case may be. Now he wide open now. He wide open. Gene wide open now. Diddy in jail doing his time is served. He wide open.
His letter to the judge. You understand? I read his letter.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? He was talking about how, disgusting, how shameful, how sickening he was, and how what he did to Cassie, he has to dream about that night after night after night after. Come on, man. And I understand you're going to say whatever you got to say to get out of prison. And I don't blame him for that. You understand? Even stuff that I was talking about, and people was talking about, he don't know what he talking about. He admitted to, Mighty, Art, did I tell you that he got hooked on drugs when Kim Porter took that corkscrew and cut his wrist? They even brought that up in the trial. They brought it up today. The defense brought it up today. He brought it up in his letter that he'd been on drugs for 24 years. But when they brought it up, he didn't say, that's because I tried to beat my baby mama ass and she cut my wrist. They didn't add that to, that's why he had the operation on his wrist. You understand? They left that part out.
Mm-hmm. Watch out.
But that's how he got hooked on those opiates.
Watch out there now.
So now, the letter that he wrote the judge, I guess the judge looked at that because he mentioned it. And then you got to understand, too, his kids spoke. He spoke about the kids in his letter.
Mm-hmm.
That he wanted to be a father, he wanted to be a son and all that. And then the kids ended up speaking in trial. So if the judge was looking at the probation minimum of 72 years, he may have a change of heart. Because after Diddy spoke, he went and he said, we're going to do a 5-minute break. And he came back and did the sentencing. This was the longest sentencing probably in the history of the federal court, bro. I don't think it's been a sentencing this long in federal court. Usually they take 2.5 hours. You understand? 2.5, maybe 3 hours. This took what? 6, 7 hours. 6, 7 hours for the sentencing.
That's crazy.
He let everybody on Diddy's team speak. Each one of the lawyers. Not only one lawyer spoke about the victims. Only one lawyer spoke about the victims. And I think that was a setup because Diddy spoke about the victims. And that was Cassie and Jane. You know, he apologized to them for bringing Jane into his life and the whole 9 yards and bringing her to his mess. But none of the lawyers spoke about the victim. One lawyer, the lady, she was crying on the stand.
The lawyer. Very unprofessional.
Did you know she was crying on the stand?
Nah, I ain't hear about that.
The female lawyer was crying on the stand, man. That's just crazy, man. But the judge said he's a puppet. The judge said, no, the prosecutor said he's a master puppeteer. He's a master puppeteer, she said. That shit was crazy to me, man. It was real crazy.
I swear that girl should not have been crying.
Yo, and the lawyers, when they were speaking on Diddy being in prison and the circumstances him being in prison, I didn't never hear about this, and nobody ever said anything about this. And I want to know if it's in the prison records. They said one of the guards stopped a dude from shanking Diddy. Now, I'm like, if he was doing all this positive shit in jail, and they was talking about he was all the inmates loved him and they was employing him and doing standing ovation. I wonder what inmate was trying to shank him. Was that one of the Tupac? Was that one of the Tupac fans, or that was one of the Biggie fans? Because they said that the guard, they said that in court. One of the lawyers, one of the guards stopped one of the individuals that was trying to shank him, bro. And that was crazy. Nobody, I never, that didn't leak. Everything leaks from prison, but that didn't leak. Nobody wrote home and said, yo, dudes is in here trying to stab Diddy up. But the lawyers mentioned that today. I want to see if they're going to investigate that right there. You know what I'm saying? And base that, or he probably used that, base that on trying to help Diddy getting into one of those camps or one of those programs that, you know, he ain't got to worry about nothing.
Help me, Wanda. Help me, Wanda. Help me, Wanda.
And what's crazy is this, he got to worry about something now. You understand? Because he thought he ain't have to worry about nothing because he thought he was going to a speaking engagement.
Yeah, everybody say that.
They was that bold enough to be setting up speaking engagements as if he was going to get out of jail.
And you know what tripped me out, man, about the speaking engagement part, man? Shout out to my live channel, man. Hey, we're doing a reaction, so don't think I'm ignoring y'all. But you know what tripped me out? I forgot what I was going to say, man. The speaking engagement and stuff. Oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. Let me see something real quick.
They was that bold enough to be setting up speaking engagements as if he was going to get out of jail. They were saying that he was going to get out of jail. He had speaking engagements set up for Miami. The judge heard that, and I guess the judge was like, whoa, hold up. And then they brought in a guy from reentry who was an ex-prisoner who now he does reentry in Miami. I'm familiar with the reentry programs because we used to use them for the state too. Now, this guy spoke and said that it was more so not like a speaking engagement. It was more like a healing session.
Like,
hold
there
up,
you go.
You got the funny Yo.
That's what I was going to say, but Gene going to cover it. What difference does it make if it's a speaking engagement, if it's a freak off, if it's a carnival ride, and you are making an appointment. You are making an appointment to do something, and you locked up, bro. We about to sentence you to time. Oh, you thinking you getting out, huh? That's what happened. That's what he's trying to say.
They said this dude, one of the lawyers said that Diddy was a civil rights activist now.
No, he didn't say that.
Can you believe that? He said he was a civil rights activists.
He couldn't have said that.
I was like, they are going for they dropping all the jewels now. They trying to get this mofo out. They don't care what they gotta say, what lies they gotta tell. They on getting his way out, man. And if it was anybody else other than him, I would have been like, yo, get that brother out. When you don't care about your enemies, you don't care about people you don't f with, it didn't make a bit of difference to me. Let him go ahead and look back and see all the shit that he did. You know, and I believe he did, because once those drugs start wearing out his system, once he don't need those opiates no more, if he was off of them, you know, it was no proof. He ain't had no drug tests when he was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Drugs come through all those systems just like anywhere else. So then who's to say that he wasn't on some kind of substance? You know what I'm saying? But and once he got drug free and he's no longer those using those drugs now, he started getting his clarity back of who he may was, or who he should have been, or what he should have been doing. And maybe he's thinking about all the people that he did wrong to, and he don't have the drugs to cloud his mind no more. Don't you know that they said he was traumatized by the notorious? They didn't use Big's name.
They didn't
They
use
said
his name.
he was traumatized by his friend that was in a drive-by shooting in L.A.
What makes them think that that's his friend, though? Oh, yeah? What's the friend name? Well, okay, what is that? If you traumatized because your friend done passed away or did hurt, that's okay to do what you're doing? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, well, you know, I'm traumatized because me and my friends and my cousins, my neighborhood, we can't feed our family, so that's why I robbed that bank. That's why I robbed the bank, Your Honor. Come on now, give me a break. Oh, my God, I'll call you back.
Yo, my brother, I was like, these lawyers will say any damn thing. They'll say anything right now to try to get this dude to walk out this door today. But they gave him 50 months, bro. They gave him 50 months, you know what I'm saying? And 50 months, it wouldn't be hard to do in no camp or no kind of program. He'll be all right. Like I said, if Kirk Burroughs did a couple of years in the federal penitentiary, Lil Kim did a couple of years in the federal penitentiary, he'll be all right. He ain't gonna have no problem with that.
Go sit down somewhere.
They said that Diddy, yo, check it out. They said that Diddy started his own re-entry program and made up his own program in the prison system. Now, he didn't do any of this stuff until after he didn't take no drug courses, no drug classes. He didn't take, he wasn't doing none of that stuff until after he came off the trial and he only had the Mann Act. So what the lawyers did was, the lawyers then went and told him, yo, you got to see if you could start a program. You got to see if you could do some things, you know, so we could face this with the judge. And because this judge was a new judge, they tried to pull a wool over his eyes by saying Diddy was doing all these programs, Diddy was doing all this stuff, you understand, because he's a better person and now he knows right from wrong.
Dude, come on now. He's a judge. That should let you know right now. This is what kills me, man. This is why I root for the underdog. You are new. You are fresh. You got a point to prove. That judge got a point to prove, y'all. That's my last side. I am new. Y'all think I don't know what I'm doing? The new ones is the ones the worst. Because they know all the rules. They fresh about it. They ain't even thinking about, well, I forgot about that rule. Nah, I know all the rules, bro. I know everything about this thing. And you think I knew? Watch me tear you up. You think because I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing. But let me explain to you why I'm sitting here in this robe. This dude stuck needles in the Diddy 4 times. I'm talking some painful needles. Let's continue. That's my new saying.
Now he knows right from wrong and everything.
For the love of music,
the
talk
only
show.
thing that was heartbreaking for me to hear in this whole trial thing and this whole
I'm here.
And it was heartbreaking, man. This broke my heart, man.
Videos.
And I don't give a F about this dude. When Quincy said he's my father.
Oh my God.
When Quincy said he was my father, and that broke my heart, bro. Cause I know I'll be sure. And I know Al is his father. Diddy might have been his daddy. And for him to go that damn hard and get up there and say what he said, that's the only thing that like broke my heart about this whole shit, bro. Damn. You understand?
Yeah.
Cause I know how Puff, when I was with him, how he treated Kim. And I can imagine when he got to be Diddy and Brother Love and the way some of the stuff Roger Barnes said about him, you understand, and how he was doing Kim, that it was crazy. But I know Kim had got brave enough where she was defending herself. So my whole thing about it is that, man, that I know that broke Al's heart too, bro. And I'm going to give him a call because, you know, Quincy don't understand that he was brainwashed too. You understand? And a lot of shit that Al didn't do and couldn't come around is because of Kim was in fear of Puff doing something to Quincy and try to have something to do with Al. You understand?
You know what? Y'all don't forget now, Quincy is the oldest one. Then you got the other dude with they call it good hair, the light-skinned guy. I don't know their names. And then you got the one that looked just like Diddy. But Quincy is the one that tried to take the glasses off the girl's face. You should know better. You the oldest. You're supposed to be setting an example. What gives anyone the right to snatch glasses off of this girl's face? The only one that probably had the right to do anything like that is a police officer. After you done asked her over and over and over again to take them glasses off. What you are so upset over this thing that you acting just like your father, man.
Understand what I'm saying?
Shame on you.
But to see that dude go out like that, that was.
Shout out to my live stream, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up as y'all come in. Right now we're doing this video. And good God Almighty, boy, Uncle Mike got some news for you later.
It was nasty to me, man. Because Al is a good dude. You know what?
You can tell who's good people and who's
you know
not.
What I'm saying? Al is, like I was saying, brother, Al is a good dude. And, you know, when I heard, you know, Quincy and all the other kids, they was apologizing for their father and they was apologizing for Puff and saying he's a changed man. And they apologized to Cassie. They apologized to how their father was treating the women. And when I heard the girls them say, I could tell by talking to him now, he's changed and everything. He's changed. That showed to me that he was really not a good person to them. Because they was talking about how much he changed. Or either they was just saying that. Either they was just saying he was changed. You understand? Because do you really believe that he's remorseful for doing all the shit that he did to Cassie, or any other woman that was involved? You understand? With all these lawsuits that's coming out, we're going to find out that it's a lot of other women that he probably put their hands on. There's a lot of other women he probably put their hands on, bruh. With all these other lawsuits come on, because, you know, you can't believe because you seen that Cassie video that that's the only one. If he was doing that, Gina said it. And, you know, we could watch and see, bro. Because I heard somebody, like 2 or 3 other people file lawsuits today. So they going to be going at him, bro. They going to be going at him. And that's just a place where they going to know he's going to be at for the next 2 or 3 years so they can have them papers served on him. Because it's easy to serve them papers on him now because they know he's in the prison system. So a lot of lawsuits going to be served on him right now. Watch and see what I tell you.
Watch and see what I tell you.
Though this is just a small part of it, man, I believe that Kim Porter, Big, Craig Mack, Black Rob, and I'm not going to even Wolf, Riz, I'm just mentioning the people in the Bad Boy family, bro, is that they can rest in peace knowing that some kind of justice has happened to dude for all his antics, all the shit that he put people through, all the things that he's done. You understand? Kim Porter decide not to deal with dude no more, bro. Kim Porter decide that she wasn't taking those ass whoopings no more. Hold on.
But she was still there though. When she passed away, she was, man, they had took on the cell phone. Who don't go to
Kim
sleep
Porter
with
had
their
decided
cell
she
phone?
wasn't taking those ass whoopings no more. Kim Porter decided she wasn't dealing with Puff no more. You understand? But she may be turning on over in his grave knowing that his son would even say something about he taught me how to treat women like queens when he got a court case coming up himself. Christian Combs. He said, my father taught me how to treat women like queens.
That's the same thing I said. Now all 3 of them, they like all 3 of the boys are straight up living proof that Diddy failed as a father, man, basically. Both of them got cases. None of them can, I don't know what kind of talent they had. They should be out this joint. I should be knowing about them like a Kevin Hart or a Cat Williams. They should be hitting every little younger generation, preaching and talking. They should be role models for the people. Yeah, they should be role models, man. Yup. Nah, they out there trying to live, acting like they gangsters. Acting. Dude, you know it's acting because you rich. You can't be a gangster if you rich. If your parents got all this money, that's not gangster. That's not balling. That don't work.
What?
It don't work.
Do you know what do you know what your father is on trial for? Is that the new Diddy that taught you how to do that? Because if you learn from the old Diddy, I'm waiting for Chick to come up with a black eye or something.
Damn.
But in his testimony, my father taught me how to treat women like queens. And I know the judge is looking at that stuff like they just talking. And I don't understand why the judge just let everybody on Diddy team talk, bro.
Because you got to be fair.
Everybody on Diddy team talk. And that's unusual. That's very much unusual in a sentencing. So he was compassionate and he gave a heartfelt speech to Diddy and them, saying that they'll get through this, they'll be all right. And 50 years is light. 50 months is light. Based in the federal court, bro. A lot of people don't walk out of there, it'd be 100 and better. You understand? The average sentences in the federal court is like 120 something and better. So Diddy won today.
Yeah, he did.
Did you know that? He won. People may not look at it, but he won. He only got, I guess they're going to be dancing in front of the court today, and like they did last time.
Yeah.
Spraying baby oil and stuff, because he only got 50 months.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because I was there. I wasn't there when they was spraying the baby oil, but I know all the people that was, and I talked to them, and it's not like they wasn't celebrating that he beat the RICO. They kind of tied these two stories together, man, and I keep trying to preach this to people, that they was just out there having fun and celebrating. And they started, because it's got something to do with baby oil, one of the guys had a little bottle of baby oil out there, and they all dancing and playing music. They wasn't celebrating that he beat the RICO. It was 2 days of them knowing that. They had already knew that the RICO was done. So they out there just playing around and saying, well, they could have been celebrating the fact that he was found guilty on 2 counts. At least he was found guilty on something. Y'all didn't interview them people that was out there celebrating. You don't know what they were celebrating. You just assumed. They assumed that these people were celebrating the fact that he beat the RICO. Never did ask these people. I know them and still talk to them. And most of them like, man, we were just out there having fun. And they twist the story, talking about we celebrating like we don't even like him. That's what they was telling me. We don't even like the dude. We want him to do more time. They're not celebrating that he only doing 50. That's why they ain't celebrating. We mad. This judge got he got both sides mad. Both sides is mad, young. The Diddy lovers, they mad too. It's messed up. His constitutional rights is being violated. Well, what about all the people you hurt? And look how they still feel after this little bit of time they serving, man.
You knowing Diddy personally, how do you think he's taking this?
Well,
I don't care how he taking it. That's what I would say.
Me knowing Diddy personally, and back, I know the old Diddy.
I already know how he taking it.
The old Diddy probably would have fell on his knees crying and going crazy. But you got to realize we looking at the 2025 Diddy that was on all kinds of drugs. Like he said, those 20-something years that he was on the drug changed him, bruh. Changed who he was as a person, a man, a friend, a fellow crew member. It changed him.
Mm-hmm.
He was no longer the dude that we knew as Puff. So my whole thing about it is that old Diddy would have fell out. He couldn't take it. He wasn't built like that. But drugs and money and power change who people are. And this Diddy, was a changed dude. So now he'll come out probably a better person. Because I don't think he would ever want to ever after this do anything to get back in jail.
Nah, buddy.
But then again, I've seen dudes
who never learned their lesson.
That say they ain't going back.
And never learn their
lesson. They go back. I've seen dudes come out and say they never going back and they never go back. You never know. I just believe that this all is going to change him for the better. Amen. I hope it do. For his sake. Bro, this is how I feel about him getting 50 months.
Months.
And I will say this anywhere to anybody.
I can't believe that he locked
Any
in the
other
cell,
black
tunnels
man,
under his house, and he can't make bail.
I don't believe the prison system is a system for rehabilitation. I wouldn't want any other black man to go to jail and be rehabilitated unless it was for
I believe that the jail is not a rehabilitation period for any man or any woman. I don't care what color they are. I can't believe how I'm ashamed of my people, man, because we play that race card like quick, fast, and you don't want no black man to go to prison. Well, hell, I got a lot of white friends. I don't want them to go to prison either. And I don't think the prison is designed to rehabilitate anybody. I think the jail is designed to punish people. Let's call a spade, baby. That's what's wrong with this country, man. That's what's wrong with our world. Y'all want to get everything twisted. This jail don't have nothing to do with what you're talking about, Gene. I understand what you're trying to say. Don't get me wrong. I understand what you're trying to say.
The system is a system for rehabilitation.
Hooligan.
I wouldn't want any other black man to go to jail and be rehabilitated unless it was for kill them or beat them half to death. If it was for doing something to somebody's mother or doing crimes against women. What else? Some heinous, anything against children. Yo, I'll pull a switch. I'll shoot the gun. I'll do anything to brothers who on that type of time. You understand? I don't believe that the prison system is a rehabilitation system for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think we should take on like some other countries. And I know it's crazy for that rape and doing shit to kids and stuff like that to women. Yo, get rid of them. You know, they shouldn't be here. That's my own personal opinion. For the fact that Diddy going to jail, bruh, I don't have no problem with that.
No problem.
I'm glad that something that can happen to him, something that could stop his madness, something that shows us that I don't care how much money you got, I don't care how powerful you think you are. If they want you, they still gonna get you. And that's why he's in the position that he's in now. It may not be 70, 170 like the probation say months. It may like be 135 months, but when they want you, they gonna get you. They wanted him. They got him. Point blank.
Do you think that Diddy booking a speaking arrangement had any kind of effect on his sentencing?
I think nothing that happened in court today played a part in Diddy's sentencing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The judge had all the evidence. The judge had that evidence that when the prosecutor brought it forth to the courts, the judge already had the evidence, bro. He have all their statements. He have all what they're gonna present in court. So anything other than the victim's personal statements that got up, the judge didn't know about. The judge didn't know what the kids was gonna say. No, the judge didn't know what the lawyers was gonna say. Their last words. But the judge had already had in his mind, because he knew that he had put up speaking engagements and all like that. He already had in his mind that that Diddy had planned to do speaking engagements because Diddy had planned to be out this week. So it may have made a difference, a somewhat difference in the judge's opinion of time. Because I can't believe the way he started off the sentence, bruh. The way the judge started off when he spoke about the coercion and the relevant conduct, when he spoke about giving Diddy a lot of years and only came back with 50 years, he fooled everybody. 50 months. He spoke about getting Diddy a lot of years. You understand? He said this crime deserves a lot of years, but he only gave him 50 months. So I guess he looked at Diddy criminal history, Diddy, what he was doing into society or whatever like that, and said 50 months is a lot of months for him. But anybody else who's been in the prison system, anybody else who's been dealing with the courts and probably has some crimes under their belt, anybody else with this whole charge probably got way more months than Diddy got. Way more years than he got. So I don't believe that it played a big part. Anything that happened today played a big part on the judge's decision. I just believe the judge said that, listen, the prosecution is right about a lot of shit.
Whoa.
The defense is right about a lot of shit.
Whoa.
I got to make sure that the people understand that you're not going to be able to do this crime and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could do 4.5 years in jail for doing this crime, you understand? Man, I'm going to let you know you're going to get 4.5 years or better. I'm going to set some kind of precedent. Now, there's people that got way more years than that for the same crime. That's what the prosecution showed.
Okay.
They was in there showing because it was other elements other than prostitution. It was, like it said, relevant conduct, beating people, threatening people, coercion, all those things that had something to do with this.
Yeah, I feel you. You got some people, though, that, they feel like, Kristen Combs, him, doing push-ups and dancing outside the courtroom, that played a part in Diddy getting 50 months.
I don't believe, like the antics that the judge seen outside the courtroom and the stuff that happened, all the celebration. I think the defense hurt Diddy more than they helped Diddy. I think the defense hurt Diddy more than they helped Diddy because they had this celebratory attitude because they got him off the RICO, got him off the other charges and stuff like that. If they wouldn't have went there and just went quiet and waited, the judge may have did some, time served type of things. But everything that happened after the trial, them still trying to get bail, them saying that the judge was being unfair, a lot of things that happened, the celebratory manner in which they did, the judge looked at that shit, was like, yeah, okay, all right, I'm gonna give him something. It may not be what everybody want. He definitely not going home. He's definitely not going home, but
you gotta go.
Because of their antics, and that was basically the defense. Because the defense was still victim shaming. Don't you know what you call said that Cassie wanted it? One of the lawyers said Cassie wanted it. And they supposed to speak for Diddy. So if they victim shaming and your own lawyers is not showing that you have any remorse for doing the shit you're doing, those are the people who speak for you. So what the judge gonna do? Okay, let me show him.
Yep.
He won't be walking home today.
Yep.
He won't be going home today.
Still
and
fighting.
That's what happened.
You got video proof that's out in the world that you did wrong to these women. You got people, the judge seen Gene Deal speak and Roger Bonds, the other bodyguard, speak. You have done wrong to all these women. You got proof that you did wrong to these women, and you still think that you're right. Shame on you, Puffy. Shame on you and your lawyers. You've been doing wrong for so long that you don't even know how to do right.
Bro, the judge know it was a good trial, and the trial went basically in the defense favor. They was asking for a retrial on the Mann Act. You understand? Then one of the defense lawyers said that he, in court today, he would have pled guilty to the Mann Act if it wasn't the other charges on there. What? The Mann Act is more than just prostitution, bro. And you got to read that whole stuff. So the prosecution was like, they not showing no remorse to none of the victims. And them not showing no remorse to none of the victims. And like I told you, out of 5 of the Diddy lawyers that spoke, not one of them talked about 4 of them out of the 5, none of them talked about he was sorry for the victims. And that's what the judge was looking for. And Diddy said that. And when he said to the court, he said how he was sorry, how he felt bad. And it was because of his drug abuse and stuff like that that he did the stuff that he did.
Have you seen these sketches of Diddy crying in court after getting 50 months? Check your phone right quick.
Check your phone right quick.
Man, looking at these pictures, Diddy in court, the artist got him, looking at these pictures with Diddy in court, bruh, the artist got him crying. The artist got him holding his head. The artist got him dropping to his knees at the time of the verdict, crying on the chair. My heart goes out and it says, "Fuck 'em and feed 'em beans."
Watch out there now.
I can care less about his sadness. I can care less about him being in pain. I can care less about what he has to be faced with in court or in jail now. I don't have no remorseful feelings for him, bro. You understand? This is somebody that at one time I would have given my own life for. And to know this nigga was trying to get people to take my life because I was trying to teach him to be right by people and tell him to be right by people. I have no remorse for this dude, bro. To see him like that, I know there is a God. And you can feel all the way you want to feel about me. You can say whatever you want to say about me. But karma is a mother. And if it ever gets back to you when you have done somebody wrong, not just me, I'm not saying me, I'm saying when you have done people wrong, you have done goals of people wrong. To see him on his knees begging like that, I would say something, but the LGBT community will be after me. So you'll never hear me say it, so I don't want to get in trouble with it. But bruh, I'm happier than the faggot in the barrel of dicks.
Oh my God.
To see him like that.
Ooh.
So you don't got no kind of sympathy for him, seeing them pictures, him crying and...
Bro, let me just tell you something, man. God is good. I don't have no sympathy. I never have sympathy for somebody who was trying to take me from mine.
Yeah, that's facts right there.
You understand?
Shout out to the chat on the live
Was
side.
he thinking about when he was telling people to get at Big Gene, to do this to Big Gene? Was he thinking about what if them dudes...
Kevin said, yes, karma is real. It is real, man. I think that all the wrong Diddy has done, I could see if you did little wrong, man. All these people talk about they publishing, all these other artists is talking about stuff. Craig Mack don't have nothing good to say about you. Biggie Smalls don't have nothing to say about you, he was thinking about leaving the label. Gene Deal is talking about you. Roger Bonds is talking about you. Find me somebody in Diddy's corner other than his family that's talking good about Diddy. Other than that one, it's only 2 people out of all these cases and all these women. Why nobody? Ellen DeGeneres, I'm leaving the country. I ain't heard nothing Oprah said. Tyler Perry. Nobody saying nothing on Diddy's side. What's up with that?
Would have did that.
That's stupid, man. That's
Would he
obvious.
been thinking about me? Nah, bruh.
Nah, bruh.
Would he broke down and start crying for me? Nah, bruh. I don't have no sympathy for him. To see him like that, I know God is good.
All the time, baby.
And God showed him. He can make you, he can break you. And I'm going to say it again.
I'm going to say it again.
You might get flagged for this. I'm happier than a faggot in a barrel of dicks, bruh.
You might get flagged.
Don't you see the smile on my face?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't have no sympathy at all. Because I know he could play all the games he want to play. Did he have sympathy when he said, I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die. I don't give a fuck if Big gotta die.
Whoa.
Suge Knight can go to jail. Did he have any sympathy when he said to Wolf, I don't need you no more? Meech said, I don't need you no more. Set him off.
Dang.
Do you have sympathy when he told D-Ferg, nah, I can't do that. Nah, I don't f with you. Nah, I can't do that like that. Did he have sympathy when he said to Wolf Mama, your son has delusions of grandeur. All he want to do is smoke weed and get high. Do you have sympathy for the notorious Big Mama? Talking about, I didn't go to the funeral. He ain't go to the funeral. Did he have sympathy for Craig Mack? Do you have sympathy for Black Rob to make sure he did the right thing by them?
Damn. I forgot about Black Rob. Rest
And
in
he
peace.
sure didn't have no damn sympathy for me when he told dudes to come at me. So looking at those pictures, bruh, I could tell you just like this. With no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm happier than a faggot in a barrel of dicks. You can take that any kind of way you want to.
Keefe D, his trial begins in February, and you know his defense is the reason why he killed Tupac is because of Puffy. Puffy, he put a hit out on him and Suge, and I don't know, man, it ain't looking too good for Puffy.
Brother, you know what?
Damn, wait a minute, hold on. Stop the presses. Stop the daggone presses. February, this is October, November, December, January, February. Now I need to put this on the counter. That's okay. We still at the top of October, so let's just call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all see how it's fitting together? Y'all see how this is fitting together now? Keefe D, right, is going to testify and say that Diddy had something to do with all this type of stuff, right? They already know he was in the car. They got all this stuff against him, and he going to sit there and snitch. Why? because Diddy never paid them or I paid the person. But the guy kept the money and opened up a nightclub or something like that. Man, this whole circle of stuff is crazy, man. It's crazy. Shout out to my live stream, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up as you come in. Hey, the Music Recording Network Live. That's a separate channel. The Music Recording Network Live. Let's go over there and boost that channel up a little bit, fellas and girls. But dude, 𝗖𝗎𝐷, the dump. He is the. I thought, man, between 𝗖𝗎𝐷, Courtney, then you got a lawyer that's this airhead. I'm letting y'all know that airheads come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Just because you study one topic, that don't mean you're smart. You just know that one topic. Wise. You're not wise. It took me a long time to realize this, man. Here we go. Let's keep going.
With a murder trial, you can't only use circumstantial evidence. You have to have some kind of physical evidence. There's no physical evidence that 𝗖𝗎𝐷 killed or had something to do with Pac's death.
Right.
There's circumstantial evidence. There's people that could probably testify or what somebody told them or heard.
Right. That ain't
so
good enough.
Now, 𝗖𝗎𝐷, lawyers and them did a great job when they did trial by judge. Because the judge is looking for physical evidence. What ties 𝗖𝗎𝐷 to Puff? What ties 𝗖𝗎𝐷 to the murder of Tupac? And how could they prove that either one of them has something to do with it? Somebody would have to get on the stand and say that I saw him, he told me, and they want to have to believe them. So, do they believe 𝗖𝗎𝐷? If he told a lot of different stories, you got to realize he may have told more than one or two stories, because he tell that story now. What about the stories he told prior to this? You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to look at that. You're going to look at, okay, did he get the money? Where's the money at? Who got the money?
That's funny right
Who
there.
wrote the check? Who paid the money? Where did it come from? When did it come from? It's a lot of mitigating circumstances in that whole case that is going to be hard to prove. You could easily say anything, but you got to look at that. 𝗖𝗎𝐷 defense is going to say, okay, this was a gang situation. Then you hear, Suge telling Pac on one of the things that he told Pac, yo, listen to me, bruh, you done got involved into some gang stuff now, and things might be different. You understand? Because gangs might be involved now. Yo, bro, let me tell you, back in the day, I was there. Let me just say, and what I mean I was there is that, don't you know that a lot of people was coming up dead? There was so many shootings out of LA about crazy. It's a lot of people that came up dead behind that shit. The Bloods was laying people down. But behind Pac getting shot. It was a big, it sparked a big gang war out there.
Yeah.
So, if they want to pull Diddy into that, they got to mitigate circumstantial evidence. Anybody could be a witness for you, but what can they prove? Somebody's going to have to say, I heard this conversation. This was a handshake or a nod or something went down, and it's going to be hard to prove. It's going to be hard to prove. Unless they follow the money. They were always saying stuff and they try to make it seem like I said it. I never said it. all I said was, I saw a check for $1 million, right? 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗞𝗦 had a check for $1 million, and he said he got it from Al Heyman. Not Al Heyman. What's the dude's name? He was married to Gladys Knight. Black Ground Records. Barry Hankerson. And he said, I got this check from Barry Hankerson, and what's the other dude's name? Jimmy Henchman. And it's for me selling my record label to him. I said, I didn't know you had a record label. When he showed us, and I said us the check. When he showed us the check, it wasn't only me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, dog, when did he get a record label? That's what I said to my man. He was like, oh, you know how he is. And you know that there was a beef between Pac and Jimmy Henchman. You understand? And you know Jimmy Henchman and Puff was close. If they try to go that route and look at that and see if that was the route, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But me being an investigator, I would have looked into that. If Keffe D says that he was trying to get his money from Puff through Zip, and he got that money was worth $6, and they could trace it back to them, and both of those people could say that, then they got him. But that's going to be hard to prove, because I don't believe that may have happened. I don't know why he had to check for $1 million. It wasn't my concern at no time. But I know he had a check for $1 million. And I know what he said he got the check for $1 million for. It was for Black Ground Records. So that's the truth. So people can measure it and say whatever they want to say, but that's what happened.
You think Diddy should try to get a pardon from Trump?
I think that he's going to use every method, whether it's appeals, whether it's Trump. He's going to use every method he can to get out of jail earlier than what he can. He's going to use all his resources to do whatever he has to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what he's supposed to do. Don't you think so? He's supposed to use all his resources he can to get out of jail.
You think Trump would do it?
I don't know. Trump is a very vindictive person. And like he said, he didn't say, I used to like the guy, but he didn't say a lot of nice things to me, about me. So if it would come by, if it come by his desk and if something is monetary to Trump and it's his last year, but Diddy should be out before Trump last year. He only gonna do 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
He go 2 years, he go to a halfway house.
Yeah.
That's it.
You think Diddy is strong enough to do 2 years?
I just told you, bro. Kirk Burroughs, Lil' Kim. It's a lot of other people in the music industry that done federal time.
Because you told me he was suicidal. That's why I asked.
Everybody's suicidal when they first go to prison. Everybody's suicidal. If you've never been to prison before, you've never been behind bars, everybody is suicidal. Then you get used to it. It becomes your livelihood. You learn how to stay alive. You got a crust of bread in the corner to sleep in. Everything else is a blessing. It was something that was powerful that Diddy said. He said to the judge, he said, I can't change the past, but I can change the future. As if that he knew if the judge would let him out today, that he was going to do some things that was going to be powerful whether it's in the industry, whether it was in this new life that he said he was going to do with the drug treatment programs, with the domestic violence. See, that's the avenue that he probably used now. You know what I'm saying? Get into, because he can't go back to the music industry because he wasn't doing nothing in the music industry anyway. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have him marketed anything unless it's Astroglide and Baby All. So he can't do the marketing thing right now. So he may be trying to look at the drug treatment programs and setting up different type of nonprofit agencies. You understand? Because them people make a whole lot of money on government grants, federal grants, state grants, city grants. So that might be his new avenue. Because he said he can't change the past. He's recognizing that, and he's going to look to the future. So we'll see. He'll be all right. I just got, if I could say one thing to him, in all honesty, don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
When Diddy does get out, what direction you think he should go in?
My personal opinion, when he get out, and if he wants to do anything that is going to give him any kind of recognition or any sense of changing, he should do whatever he learned in those rehabilitation classes with reentry, with drug treatment, with domestic violence, open up some nonprofit agencies that people can get help from, or he can use his platform for doing the right thing by people that has been wrong, whether it's in domestic violence or in drug treatment. I think he should go in that route.
What you think about Diddy complaining about the living conditions in prison?
It's prison.
Oh my goodness.
He's not the only one in those conditions.
Yeah, it's prison.
You got to realize there's other inmates in that dormitory that has the same shit he has, and they don't have a commissary that he has. You got to realize they have a commissary, and he's going to get the best shit out of the commissary because he able to use all the money he got to get what's ever in the commissary. And then the people around him, he could put money in their commissary, have people money in their commissary so they can get double of what they got. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said they got to boil the drinking water in prison.
Man, I don't believe that shit, man. I don't believe nothing those lawyers say. They ain't have to boil no drinking water, bro.
I can't believe
They did not have to boil no drinking water. They just, those lawyers is just talking. They have to bring that up like that and say that and make it's going to be deplorable conditions for him.
I know a lot of people.
That's what it is.
I know a lot of people that
Gene Deal.
I know a lot of people that boil drinking water, man. That don't mean nothing.
Oh, man, great interview. Before we end it, man, let the people know what you got going on and what's popping, man.
Well, you know, I'm finished with my third book. It should be out I got to get a special date that I could put the third book out on, because if it don't come out by my birthday, which is October the 16th, I'm actually doing it by my oldest daughter's birthday, November the 13th.
Y'all cop his books,
I
man.
have that, and I have to rebrand my liquor because they end up finding a wine that was called Wanted. So we got to rebrand my liquor. I have my third book coming out. People go and watch. If you want to get details and have fun and have adult conversations, and it's just me, subscribe to the Gene Deal Show. It's on YouTube. We have fun. We talk about a lot of shit. And it'd be a lot of grown folk stuff in there. So go and subscribe to the Gene Deal Show on YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram, Big Gene _5 52. And when the liquor come out, And I got Tim Harris in St. Louis, Missouri. He has a Cigar Gentleman's podcast that they are, he's trying to get me a cigar now. So I'm working with the cigar company. I'm working with the liquor company from changing Wanted into a new name. So we're working all that stuff to get it out. And I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? My story of being a bodyguard and being a father, being a law enforcement officer, being a dude that was giving parties in the streets of New York and having fun, or with the same gang, Slick and the Family, Black Hands Entertainment. All that is in my books. My books are, if you go online and look at them, on Amazon, you can get them. It's a nice read. Please go and check them out. You can order them directly from me. I'll sign them and send them directly to you. Y'all take care. I appreciate all the stuff that y'all been doing. I appreciate you, Art, for going through this whole adventure with us, through this whole Diddy thing. And I got a lot of opinion on a lot of other things, and maybe we'll see each other soon.
Wow. One of the things, man, I really think that Diddy is going to be in jail and get hemmed up on something else. And then he go on to court. So that's 4 or 5 months, man. I think I want to add another month on it because once they start what's that boy name? He just said the guy name. God dang it. Dum Dum. Once this case start, they got to get all into the case and everything, and then they see, boom, Diddy paid us. Here go the money or whatever, however. I think he going to be tied into that. Lil Rod case is starting real soon, y'all. Lil Rod case is starting in, 10 days or something like that? Yeah, so 10 days on that one, So I think that Diddy is going to be in a heap load of trouble, baby. That's what I think. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to get on up out of here. I am hungry, y'all. This has been an hour video. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. And clear. And sing. They say sing. Man, I got to use the bathroom again. When my stomach started hurting, y'all, man, I started chucking down water. I started chucking down water like nobody's business. So, golly, Diddy wouldn't mind dropping the soap. Yeah, I think Diddy wouldn't mind. Bacon is smelling scrumptious. Yeah, I was telling you, Cookie, I'm like, God, I wish I was over there. I don't even eat the bacon, but I just like when other people cook. I don't like my own cooking. I like when other people cook. All right, let's keep going. Let me see something real quick. Let me go use the bathroom before we do this. Diddy sentence increases. Cassie, new evidence comes. I think this bacon scrambled eggs with toast, kiwi, raspberry, honeydew. What? I'm on my way. Hey, I said, hold on, y'all be back. I'm going over Cookie House. I'm going over Cookie House for some breakfast. keep saying, hey, yeah, I come down here. I come down here and I say to myself, I'm going to just sit in this chair and I'm going to do about 8 hours until I do all these videos. And then after I do about 4 of them, I'll be like, man, shoot, forget that. I'm tired. I'm ready to go take a nap. Oh, my goodness. All right. Shout out to everybody. Did y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that thumbs up, and all that good stuff? Let me see what's going on. We should have more thumbs up. I mean, if y'all want to support, appreciate y'all. Yeah. I like that. Hit that thumbs up as y'all come on in. We got one more. I think I can make it through one more, y'all. Man, I thought we was going to be on this thing all day. It's been 2 hours. So here we go. We're going to do one more, man. Oh, no, we're going to do two. We're going to do 2 more. I got to do something for the other channel. I'm behind, y'all. What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Check this out, man. We are live when we're doing our reactions. Sometimes we live, talk in between for long periods of time and stuff. Y'all go check out the Music Recording Network Live. We rock 3 channels up here on this YouTube stream. We got the Music Recording Network Live. We got Music Recording Network Stream. Music Recording Network Stream. We also got Police Beatdown. This our newest, y'all. This our newest channel. Wait a minute. Oh, right here. Yeah, I keep this up so we can see it. Look, 159 subscribers is the last time I looked at this channel to show you guys. I watched the videos and everything. Hit the thumbs up over there. Watch the videos. Appreciate y'all. 226, baby. We got 48 videos uploaded. If you like the body cam and the police chase and all that stuff, we just dropped another video 2 hours ago. Oh, man, Uncle Mike, you can't tell me Uncle Mike ain't. I'm the hardest working man on YouTube, bruh. You tell me somebody else is working harder than me. We got 5 channels. I got one more channel because we're going to do a YouTube course, but we ain't going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about this dude. How dare you have the most beautiful person in the world? God dang, that girl is beautiful. She is beautiful. Cassie is a drop-dead gorgeous girl, and you kicking her through the hallway. That right there should be life in prison right there. Because you kicking and beating up this precious, beautiful little girl. Man, y'all better be lucky this ain't my world, dog. If this was my world, boy, you are. Oh, man, I can't stand this dude no more, man. All right. Breaking. Diddy's sentence increased. Cassie, new evidence come. Oh, man, y'all hit that subscribe button. I hope this ain't no clickbait. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check it out.
It's Thursday morning, October 9th, 2025. And the courthouse at SDNY Manhattan feels like the center of the world. Every camera, every lens, every whisper is focused on one name, Sean Diddy Combs. The gates of the federal...
He had a nerve to change his name to Brother Love. Who in the world? Why are you Brother Love? I'm trying to figure that part out. Here we go.
Federal courts swing open, and the crowd outside erupts like a storm. Reporters shove microphones forward, fans scream, protesters chant, and the words echo through the cold Manhattan air. Sentence increased again. Inside the courthouse, tension cuts through silence like a blade. Diddy walks in, wearing his orange prison uniform, shackles clinking with every step. His face is pale, his eyes bloodshot. Across from him, Cassie sits with her legal team, calm, unshaken, and holding something that could destroy what's left of his empire, a sealed folder marked confidential, hidden photos. The courtroom buzzes with anticipation. Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 takes his seat, his expression unreadable. Everyone knows today isn't just another hearing. This could be the day that rewrites the fate of one of the most powerful men in hip-hop history. Diddy's lawyer, 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗞𝗦, leans toward him and whispers, "Stay calm. We'll fight this." But Diddy doesn't respond. His fingers tap nervously on the table. The air feels heavier than ever. The clerk stands and announces, "Court is now in session." Cameras aren't allowed, but sketches are already being drawn by the minute. Every sound, the turning of papers, the click of pens, feels like thunder. Cassie's lead attorney rises and says in a clear, steady tone, "Your Honor, our team is submitting newly discovered evidence under seal, materials we refer to as the hidden photos." Gasps fill the courtroom. Even the judge pauses, eyes narrowing. "Hidden photos?" he repeats, his voice echoing off the walls. The lawyer nods. "Yes, Your Honor." These are images retrieved from a secure drive directly connected to Mr. Combs' personal accounts. They contain visual proof of his involvement in multiple incidents that were previously denied under oath. A tremor moves through the room. Diddy's team looks frozen. His lawyer jumps up, shouting, "Objection! This is outrageous." But Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 doesn't flinch. He simply raises his hand, silencing the noise. "We will review the materials," he says firmly. "Proceed." Before we dive deeper into this unbelievable moment, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon. That way, you'll never miss another shocking update like this. Now let's get right back to the courtroom. As the judge signals the bailiff, the sealed envelope moves from Cassie's table to the bench. Reporters outside sense something massive has happened. Phones vibrate, tweets explode, headlines flash. Cassie submits hidden photos. Diddy's fate in danger. Inside, Diddy's face hardens. He looks at Cassie, who doesn't look back. The silence between them says everything. For years, he thought he had buried the truth. But today, that truth has come back to bury him. The air inside the courtroom feels suffocating, heavy with anticipation and disbelief. No one dares to move as Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 slowly opens the sealed folder handed to him by the clerk. The sound of that paper seal breaking feels louder than thunder. Diddy sits motionless at the defense table, his eyes locked on the judge's hands, his breathing sharp and uneven. Behind him, his lawyer, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦, whispers urgently, "We can fight this. Don't react." But Diddy's eyes already say it all. He knows whatever's inside that envelope could change everything. The judge adjusts his glasses and begins to read through the documents. Each line deepens the frown on his face. Then he stops, looking up briefly at Diddy before motioning to the clerk again. "Play the file," he says. The projector flickers to life. The lights dim slightly. The first image flashes on the courtroom screen. A photograph, raw and unmistakable, showing Diddy in a private setting with one of the women mentioned in earlier testimonies. The room gasps. Even the stenographer freezes. Cassie's team doesn't flinch. They knew this moment was coming. Judge 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦's expression hardens. "Are these verified?" he asks sharply. Cassie's attorney stands and replies, "Yes, Your Honor." The metadata confirms the photos were taken from Mr. Combs' private encrypted drive. The timestamps match multiple reported incidents between 2014 and 2018. The courtroom explodes in murmurs. Reporters, though barred from recording, start scribbling frantically. Diddy's lawyer rises to his feet, slamming a folder on the table. "This is fabricated. These are edited photos. This is manipulation." "Enough," the judge interrupts, voice firm. "The chain of custody seems clear. You'll have your chance to rebut, but for now, the evidence stands." The tension turns electric. Diddy's hands shake. He stares straight ahead, blinking fast, jaw tightening. The once unshakable mogul now looks like a man cornered. Cassie doesn't look triumphant. She looks haunted, as if reliving every painful moment the evidence represents. In the back row, a few reporters whisper, "This could add years, maybe a decade." Others scribble phrases like, "New photos could end Diddy's chances." The courtroom sketch artist captures the scene. Diddy hunched forward, Cassie's lawyer mid-sentence, the judge glaring over his glasses. Diddy finally leans over to his attorney and mutters under his breath, "They weren't supposed to have that drive." 𝗟𝗡𝗞𝗦 stares at him in disbelief. "Wait, what do you mean?" Diddy doesn't answer. His silence confirms everything. Judge 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡 exhales deeply. We will recess for verification and review. This court will reconvene at 2 o'clock. He slams the gavel. The sound echoes like a gunshot. As the guards lead Diddy away, flashes from outside flood through the glass doors. The world is already erupting. On social media, the headlines explode faster than the court can clear the room. Hidden photos expose Diddy. Sentence could rise again. Cassie's evidence changes everything. And while Diddy disappears down the corridor toward the holding area, Cassie quietly gathers her papers. She doesn't smile, doesn't celebrate. She just whispers to her lawyer, finally, because after years of silence, the truth has finally taken the stand. And Diddy knows it's only a matter of time before it destroys what's left of him. When the courtroom doors open again after the recess, the atmosphere is even heavier. Every seat is filled. Journalists, legal experts, and a few former associates of Diddy who came just to witness what could be the final blow. The faint hum of whispered speculation fills the space, but the tension is so thick you could feel it press against your chest. Diddy walks back in, escorted by U.S. Marshals, his wrists shackled. His orange jumpsuit looks dull under the courtroom lights, but his eyes are darker than before, full of something between anger and disbelief. He doesn't look at Cassie, not even once. He knows the world has already turned on him. The defense table is cluttered with papers, documents, and half-empty water bottles. Mark 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗏 flips through files, his movements tense, his face tight. We're not giving up, he mutters more to himself than to his client. Diddy doesn't respond. He stares straight ahead at the bench, where Judge 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗞𝗏 sits, tapping his pen against a folder labeled Evidence Review. Court is now back in session, the clerk announces. Cassie's attorney stands, calm and composed, holding a printed transcript. Your Honor, he begins, in addition to the photographic evidence, we've submitted statements from 2 women featured in those images. Both confirm coercion, both describe identical environments, private residences linked to Mr. Combs. He glances at Diddy before continuing. These statements directly support prior witness testimony that was dismissed due to lack of physical proof. That proof now exists. The judge nods slowly, absorbing the weight of those words. The defense immediately objects. 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏 rises again, desperation leaking into his tone. These so-called witnesses are unreliable. Their testimonies have changed over time. This is character assassination, not justice. The judge cuts him off sharply. Mr. 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏, you've already argued this once. The photographs validate their accounts. Unless you can prove tampering, the evidence stands. The courtroom murmurs again. The buzz grows louder until the judge bangs his gavel. Order! Diddy's breathing grows louder, more rapid. His hands clench into fists on the table. He leans closer to 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏, whispering under his breath. They're lying. All of them. But his whisper is full of panic, not power. Across the room, Cassie doesn't move. Her eyes stay fixed on the judge, her expression unreadable. The years of silence, the fear, the humiliation, all of it hangs in the air around her, but she holds her composure like steel. Her lawyer slides another folder forward. This one stamped Digital Forensics. Your Honor, he says, our tech experts confirm that these photos were extracted directly from Mr. Combs' private iCloud backup. There's no sign of alteration, no indication of external editing. The drive itself was registered under his legal name, with payment traced to a corporate account linked to his music label. The entire courtroom freezes. Even the judge stops writing. That detail changes everything. 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏 slams his pen on the table. That data was stolen, illegally obtained, he yells. The judge's glare stops him mid-sentence. You can make that argument in a suppression motion later, Judge 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏 replies. But for now, this evidence is admissible. Outside the courtroom, hundreds of people gather as news updates flash across every screen in Times Square. Diddy's private files linked to hidden evidence. Court explodes. Inside, Diddy leans back in his chair, whispering, they can't prove intent, but everyone can see it in his eyes. He's not trying to convince the judge anymore. He's trying to convince himself. As the court adjourns for the evening, The whispers follow him down the hall. The walls of SDNY have heard thousands of cases, but this one feels different, like a story that's rewriting itself in real time. And for the first time in his life, Diddy's power, money, and fame mean absolutely nothing. All he has left now is fear. The next morning, the courthouse is surrounded by chaos. News trucks, flashing cameras, and protesters crowd the entrance. Everyone wants a glimpse of the man who once ruled music and now stands at the edge of complete downfall. The signs outside read, "Justice for victims and sentence must increase." The energy is boiling. Inside, the courtroom is already full before Diddy arrives. Every eye turns when the door opens. Diddy walks in, shoulders tense, jaw locked. He's trying to look composed, but the cracks are showing. His eyes are red from another sleepless night in the holding cell at MDC Brooklyn. Reporters whisper that he barely ate, that he spent the night pacing and shouting at his lawyers. Judge 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗞𝗦 takes his seat, and silence falls instantly. The court clerk reads from the docket, "Continuation of review, United States versus Sean Combs." Cassie's attorney stands, adjusting his tie. "Your Honor, the prosecution would like to introduce supplementary material that directly links Mr. Combs' digital archive to previous acts of intimidation and coercion. This includes time-stamped voice memos recovered from the same encrypted drive as the photographs." Diddy's lawyer's eyes widen. Voice memos? That wasn't part of the disclosure. Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗡 interrupts. "Mr. 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗞𝗦, you'll have your turn. Let's hear what's been presented." The courtroom quiets. The tech expert for Cassie's team steps forward. He connects a small speaker and plays the first clip. The sound is low at first, muffled breathing, then Diddy's voice, recognizable and chilling. "You know what happens if you talk. You'll regret it." The courtroom freezes. The echo of that line lingers like smoke. Some people cover their mouths. One juror in the observation row wipes away tears. Cassie's hands tremble for a second, but she steadies them, eyes locked on the judge. The judge looks stunned. Even he wasn't expecting this. He turns to the defense. "Mr. 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗞𝗦?" The lawyer stammers. This could be fake. We haven't verified." But the tech expert cuts in, calm and confident. "The file was authenticated through federal digital analysis. The geotag matches Diddy's home location. The voice is verified by acoustic AI testing." The defense falls silent. Diddy glares at the expert with fury burning behind his eyes, but it's too late. The damage is done. The judge exhales deeply. "We're not sentencing today, but this evidence significantly affects the prior term." A quiet ripple of gas spreads across the courtroom. Diddy's composure finally breaks. He leans forward, whispering harshly, "This is a setup. She's doing this for revenge." His voice cracks midway. It's not confidence anymore. It's fear. The judge bangs the gavel. "Mr. Combs, you will remain silent." The sound of the gavel is sharp, final, and devastating. Diddy sinks back into his chair, clenching his fists, staring at the table. Cassie's lawyer adds, "Your Honor, based on the new evidence, we respectfully request a sentence reconsideration hearing." And that's when the room truly explodes. The words sentence reconsideration mean one thing. The punishment could grow. Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗢𝗡𝗢 leans forward. His tone is low, measured, and cold. "This court will review the motion and determine whether the current 50-month sentence is proportionate in light of this evidence. Until then, the defendant remains in federal custody." Outside, the crowd roars as the news breaks. Breaking, court considers increasing Diddy's sentence after hidden photos and audio evidence. Inside, Diddy's head drops. He looks small, smaller than he's ever looked before. For years, he thought his power could silence anyone. But now that silence has turned into the loudest scream of justice the courtroom has ever heard. The courtroom doors close again at 2 p.m. And this time, it feels like everyone knows something explosive is about to happen. The guards take their positions, cameras are banned, and Judge 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗞𝗦 walks in with a new stack of documents. Thick, marked, confidential sentence review. The sound of that folder hitting the desk makes everyone hold their breath. Diddy sits motionless, but you can see the tension in his jaw. He's whispering something to his lawyer, Mark 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗞𝗦. his voice sharp but quiet. We need to fight this. I'm not letting them bury me alive. 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗞 nods, his face pale. Sean, they're coming hard, but I'll handle it. The judge begins reading. After reviewing the new photographic and audio evidence submitted by the prosecution, as well as statements from the victims and expert testimony, this court finds grounds for sentence reevaluation under federal statute. The words hit like a bomb. Reporters exchange glances. The courtroom buzzes. Cassie's lawyer rises, steady as ever. Your Honor, these recordings and images were not simply stored. They were cataloged, labeled, and protected under aliases. That shows deliberate concealment. We're not looking at one bad night. We're looking at a pattern of power, intimidation, and abuse spanning years. The judge turns his gaze toward Diddy. Mr. Combs, would you like to respond? For the first time, Diddy speaks loud enough for everyone to hear. His voice cracks under pressure. This is not who I am. Those photos, they're being twisted. You think I'm a monster? I built people's lives. I gave them everything. His voice rises with anger, and for a moment, it feels like he's speaking to the world, not just the courtroom. I've been hunted, framed, and destroyed in public. You don't want justice. You want a headline. The judge stays silent for several seconds, then responds in a calm but chilling tone. Mr. Combs, justice is not a headline. It's accountability. Cassie lowers her head. The courtroom is dead silent again. No one moves. The prosecutor steps forward. Your Honor, we are submitting a request to increase the current 50-month sentence to a minimum of 15 years in light of the new evidence and the repeated nature of these offenses. Diddy freezes. He looks stunned, his mouth slightly open. His mother, sitting a few rows back, bursts into quiet sobs. Even his attorney looks rattled. 15 years, 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗞 repeats under his breath. This is outrageous. But deep down, everyone knows the tide has turned. Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞 closes his eyes for a moment, as if weighing the gravity of what's unfolding. The court will review sentencing adjustments after deliberation, he says. This is not a final ruling, but I must warn all parties. The material presented paints a disturbing picture. As he speaks, Diddy's expression hardens. No more panic, no more denial, just quiet anger. He glares toward Cassie's table, whispering words no one can hear. When the session adjourns, the courtroom erupts into noise. Reporters rush out to file breaking updates. Phones light up across New York City. Sentence increase under review. 15 years on the table for Diddy. Outside SDNY, the crowd chants louder than ever. Justice for Cassie, echoing off the courthouse walls. And as Diddy is escorted back toward the holding area, he looks over his shoulder, his face hollow, his voice barely audible as he mutters, "They think they've won, but it's not over." The doors shut behind him, but inside those walls, the power has finally shifted. And this time, Diddy isn't the one pulling the strings. By the next morning, Manhattan feels different. The headlines have already taken over every network. Sentence increase possible for Diddy. Hidden evidence changes everything. Cassie's legal team delivers final blow. Cameras swarm outside SDNY court, hoping for a glimpse of Diddy being brought in again. The city that once cheered his name now watches with curiosity and quiet judgment. Inside MDC Brooklyn, Diddy sits on the cold metal bench of his cell, staring at the wall. He hasn't slept. The sound of guards' boots echoing down the corridor reminds him that he's not in control. Not of his narrative.
Of all things I click on, I click the mute button. Damn.
The sound of guards' boots echoing down the corridor reminds him that he's not in control anymore. Not of his music, not of his money, not of his narrative. His lawyer visits early, voice low and urgent. Sean, today's hearing could finalize everything. They're pushing hard for that increase, but I still have leverage. Your cooperation record, your past philanthropy. If we play it right, maybe we can keep it under 10 years. Diddy doesn't even look up. They already buried me, he says quietly. It's just a matter of how deep. Back at court, Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 walks in, and the energy is electric. Cassie is there again. calm, centered, surrounded by her attorneys. This time, the prosecution team looks confident, almost unshakable. Everyone in that room knows something major is coming. The lead prosecutor stands. Your Honor, the additional materials recovered from the encrypted archive are now verified by federal investigators. We can confirm multiple offenses spanning over a decade, across states with cross-border activity, which violates the Mann Act further. That single sentence lands like an explosion. The Mann Act. Again. The very law that got him convicted the first time is back in play, now with even more weight. The judge frowns, flipping through the files. Are these the same offenses initially excluded from evidence? Yes, Your Honor, the prosecutor replies, but these files contain full metadata and authentication logs. They confirm Mr. Combs' direct involvement. Diddy's lawyer jumps up shouting, "Objection! Those materials were obtained through an illegal chain of custody. We'll appeal this." The judge raises a hand. Sit down, counselor. The motion has been reviewed and overruled. The evidence is admissible. The entire courtroom erupts. The tension feels like it might split the air in half. Cassie's face doesn't change. She simply exhales, a long, quiet sigh of relief that the truth is finally cutting through. The judge continues, his tone stern but deliberate. In light of this newly verified evidence, this court is considering a substantial increase to the original sentence. The defendant's prior term of 50 months no longer reflects the severity of these actions. The proposed adjustment, he pauses, glancing over his notes, will extend the sentence to 14 years and 8 months. A collective gasp sweeps through the courtroom. The sound of reporters typing fills the silence. Diddy freezes, his eyes widen slightly, but he doesn't blink. His lawyer whispers, "Sean, stay calm." Stay calm, but his breathing quickens. The judge continues. The defendant will receive credit for time already served. However, due to the nature of these newly validated materials, additional penalties will apply, including a permanent restriction from contact with named individuals and forfeiture of specific assets used in the commission of these acts. Diddy's jaw tightens. Cassie's attorney nods, barely holding back tears. The weight of 8 years of silence, of fear, finally shifts. Diddy stands abruptly. You can take everything, my time, my money, my name, but you can't erase me. His voice echoes through the courtroom, raw and desperate. The guards move closer. Judge Subramanian slams the gavel once, hard. Mr. Combs, sit down or you will be removed. For a few seconds, no one moves. Then Diddy sits slowly, his eyes glassy but burning with anger. Outside, when the court adjourns, the world erupts with breaking headlines once again. Diddy's sentence officially increased, 14 years and 8 months confirmed. Crowds cheer, some cry, others just shake their heads in disbelief. Inside that cold federal courtroom, one truth becomes clear. Money, fame, and status can only protect you for so long. And as Diddy is escorted out, handcuffed, his reflection in the courtroom glass looks like a man watching his own empire collapse, piece by piece. The air outside the courthouse feels heavy, thick with the kind of silence that comes only after chaos. The sound of flashing cameras and screaming reporters fades into a low hum as Diddy is led through the side exit of SDNY court in handcuffs, his head down, his wrists locked tight behind him. This isn't the superstar exit he was used to. No red carpet, no lights, no cheers, just the cold shuffle of chains and the echo of defeat. Inside the press room, journalists fight to send out the story first. The words are already being written across every headline in America. Diddy's sentence increased again. 14 years, 8 months confirmed. It's everywhere within minutes. TMZ, CNN, Rolling Stone, even small blogs that once praised his legacy are now using one word over and over: finished. Meanwhile, Cassie's lawyer stands outside the courthouse, surrounded by microphones. His voice is calm but carries a lifetime of weight. This decision, he says, isn't about revenge. It's about accountability, about showing that no one, no matter how powerful, is above the law. Cassie stands beside him, her eyes glistening but proud. She doesn't speak. She doesn't need to. The world already knows her silence was never weakness. It was patience. Back inside the van, Diddy sits with his hands cuffed and his eyes locked on the steel floor. Every bump on the road feels like another reminder of how far he's fallen. Just a few years ago, this man was untouchable. The mogul, the billionaire, the king of hip-hop culture. Now he's a federal inmate waiting to be processed back into MDC Brooklyn under the same gray lights and concrete walls that have already become his new reality. As they pass the Brooklyn Bridge, he sees the skyline through the barred van window, the city he once owned, the city that now belongs to someone else. He whispers under his breath, almost like he's talking to himself. They wanted a villain. They got one. At MDC, the guards lead him back to his cell. The door shuts with a metallic thud that vibrates through the hallway. His old cellmates look at him differently now, not with fear, but curiosity. Everyone's heard the news. "Yo, they really upped your time," one inmate asks. Diddy doesn't respond. He just sits on the edge of his bunk, rubbing his temples. For the first time, his power means nothing. No calls, no meetings, no lawyers rushing in with new deals. Just time, long, endless time, the kind that breaks a man down piece by piece. Hours later, his lawyer, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦, visits one last time. "Sean," he says quietly, "will appeal again, but this is going to stick. The evidence, the photos, it's too strong. You might have to accept this one." Diddy leans back, staring at the ceiling.
Strong.
"You know what's funny?" he mutters. "I used to buy silence. Now the silence is all I got left." The lawyer doesn't answer. He just nods, stands, and walks away. The door closes again, leaving Diddy alone, truly alone, with the sound of his own breathing and the memory of everything he's lost. Outside, rain begins to fall over Manhattan, streaking across the courthouse steps where the crowd once stood, chanting for justice. The headlines keep flashing across screens. Sentence increased. Justice served. Diddy faces nearly 15 years. And somewhere in the distance, Cassie looks out from a quiet apartment window, not smiling, not gloating, just breathing. For her, this wasn't about punishment. It was about peace. Meanwhile, back in his cell, Diddy closes his eyes as the lights flicker off. The man who once thought he controlled every beat of life is finally learning what silence truly sounds like. 2 days later, the story that no one expected breaks wide open. A sealed court order from Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 is leaked, and it changes everything again. The document confirms what had only been whispered. Cassie's hidden photos weren't the only evidence. There were videos, files traced directly back to Diddy's encrypted drive, showing what the judge himself described as irreversible proof of coercion and exploitation. The media goes insane. Every outlet, every talk show, every podcast is now screaming the same headline: Diddy's sentence officially increased to 18 years after new evidence leak. It's the moment that cements this story as one of the darkest, most shocking falls in celebrity history. Inside MDC Brooklyn, the guards come for him again. It's Thursday morning, October 9th, 2025. The air in the corridor feels like concrete dust. Diddy looks up, confused. "What now?" he mutters. One guard sighs. "You're being moved. Judge ordered an update to your sentence." Diddy blinks slowly. "Another one?" His voice cracks with disbelief.
Yeah.
Minutes later, he's back in the courtroom. The same one that has watched his empire crumble piece by piece. But this time, there's no crowd, no cameras, just silence and tension. The judge's tone is colder than ever. "Mr. Combs," Judge 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 begins, "after reviewing the secondary evidence file provided by Ms. Ventura's legal team, this court has determined that the previous 14-year, 8-month sentence does not accurately reflect the totality of your actions. Therefore, the sentence is hereby increased to 18 years in federal custody." The words hang in the air, heavy like thunder. Cassie's legal team lowers their heads, finally at peace. Diddy, however, sits motionless. His face doesn't move, but his eyes, they give him away. Shock, disbelief, then something darker. He leans forward slightly, whispering to himself, 18 years, and that's my lifetime gone. The judge continues, "You will receive credit for time served, approximately 14 years already spent in custody. The remaining term will be served at MC Brooklyn, with supervised release to follow. No one breathes. The courtroom feels frozen in time. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, stands slowly, trying to compose himself. Your Honor, he says, his voice trembling, this escalation, it's excessive. We will file an immediate appeal. The judge stares straight at him. You do that, counsel. But this time the evidence speaks for itself.
That don't even
In
look
the
like
back
Puffy.
row, Cassie exhales, eyes wet but steady. For her, this isn't victory, it's closure. As the marshals escort Diddy away, he glances once more at Cassie. Their eyes meet for the briefest second, a flash of memory, pain, and finality. Then the door slams shut behind him, echoing through the marble walls of SDNY. Outside, the world reacts in real time. News alerts light up phones everywhere. Breaking, Diddy's sentence increased to 18 years after hidden evidence leak. Crowds gather again outside the courthouse, chanting, crying, filming every second. Some shout, "Justice at last," while others whisper, "How could it go this far?"
Yep.
Meanwhile, Diddy's transfer van drives through the dark Brooklyn streets, escorted by 2 black SUVs. Inside, he sits with his wrists chained, staring blankly out the window. The neon signs of Manhattan flicker in the distance. The same city that once belonged to him now blurred and unreachable. He mutters under his breath, 18 years, and all because of her. Then softer, or maybe because of me. For the first time, there's no arrogance left, just the echo of regret. By the time he reaches MDC, the news has already reached the world. The headlines flood social media with one message: sentence increased. It's official now. Diddy, once the king of hip-hop and empire of influence, is just inmate Sean Combs, serving the longest sentence of his life. Not for music, not for fame, but for everything that was hidden behind it. And as the steel door closes once again, the faint sound of New York's traffic fades away. This time, it's not the world waiting for Diddy's next move.
Wow.
It's Diddy waiting for the world to forget his name.
This is to be honest, I think this is just a story. I think it's just a story, and I know one thing, I'm going to pray that it comes true. I'm going to pray that it comes true because I think a lot of people are pissed off. We pissed off, man. Yeah. I can't believe Diddy locked in a cell, tunnels under his house, and he can't make bail. I should have made that longer. They don't call. We praying, we hoping that Diddy gonna get some more time. He gonna get more time, man. I feel it from my man upstairs. I feel it from the man upstairs. Diddy gonna get some more time, man. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't you worry about a thing. I ain't hit nowhere near the right notes on that one. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Start recording. Ooh, Lord. Cassandra is in the house. Cookie upstairs. Cookie done came back downstairs. She came downstairs to cook some breakfast. Yes, she did. She came downstairs to cook some breakfast. Oh,
when Sean Diddy Combs was
ex-mobster revealed that I think we did we didn't do this one. It was dropped 2 hours ago. Bathroom break. I'm tearing this water up, baby. My stomach was hurting this morning. Shout out to all 10 people watching. Appreciate you. I can't believe. That water, baby. That tears that water down when that stomach start hurting. I can't believe Diddy locked in a cell, tunnels under his house, and he can't make bail. Oh, we gotta hit that. We gotta hit that. Y'all wanna hit that? We gonna hit that right there. Oh my gracious, document, plugins. Wait a minute, y'all. I do that every time, thinking I need to put this right on the, I should put this right on the desktop so I can get to it quicker. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out without a doubt. I'm trying to let y'all know what this bad boy is all about. Diddy ain't getting out no time soon. Everybody's saying he gonna do less than 4 years and all this stuff. I think he done learned this lesson, y'all. They putting the hammer on him, man. Hey, check this out, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's crank it up. We live. Don't forget about our live channel, y'all. The Music Recording Network live. I can't believe Diddy locked in a cell, tunnels under his house, and he can't make bail. Neighbors scared stiff, won't retrieve they ball. If it bounce over Diddy gate, they don't call. Ain't no doorbell ringing, ain't no fence climbing. They say the devil dance quiet when the stars are lining. Talk in the street about basements with screams, where the silence too loud and the truth still bleed. Lawyer walks off, said the case too thick. Even his mama on IV drip sick, trying to detox demon while praying on lies. But you can't cleanse blood when it drips from the sky.
Lawyers will argue today that Sean Combs deserves some special treatment. They're hoping to get him out from behind bars as quickly as possible. This morning, the case against Sean Combs returns to court following the split verdict.
I can't believe I saw the twins in the pews, eyes wide shut, trying to dodge daddy's snooze. Courtroom silence when they walking slow. I felt the shame hit the floor like a soul on the go. They say he comfy now. Sheets folded neat, other inmates doing favors just to eat. He's still moving like a mobile with a plan. But God don't blink, the karma hits like a fan. Cases dropping daily, names ain't redacted. One brave soul said, nah, I ain't masking. I'm not anonymous, I'm proud with the pen. Said you're gonna remember this truth again and again.
We are just getting started. We're going to win, and we're not going to stop until he walks out of prison, a free man to his family. The defense argues there are exceptional circumstances.
I can't believe Diddy was found not guilty, but the vibe in the room still felt filthy. Face to face, I ain't flinch or shake. I told him what you did to that girl was a damn disgrace. I can't believe Diddy was found not guilty, but the vibe in the room still felt filthy. Face to face, I ain't flinch or shake. I told him what you did to that girl was a damn disgrace. I can't believe. Oh my great, hey, this is my practice bass right here. This my practice bass guitar, and that the other bass guitar that y'all seen before if y'all been watching the channel. That's a special made good bass guitar. It's made with a very top end preamp in it. 2 9-volt batteries, baby. Most of the time, a guitar, lead guitar, whatever, guitars take about a 1 9-volt battery. Some guitars don't take no batteries, right? The preamps in it. This one got 2 9-volt batteries for the preamp. Anyway, I can't believe. Don't worry. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Hey, we live. Don't forget we live. We live when we doing our reactions and everything. And they start talking about the song in the live channel. Don't forget the Music Recording Network live. The Music Recording Network live. Also, we started another channel, man. Oh my God, I don't know. There it is. I went right to it. Police Beatdown. Police Beatdown is at 226 Y'all know we need 1,000 subscribers in order to start getting this channel monetized. So I'm praying that we get this channel monetized so we can help other people, man, because we got some crisis going on in this world, and this dude Diddy over here with all the money acting like he don't want to help nobody. So Uncle Mike got to go out and help him. Hey, ex-mobster reveals what Diddy will face in prison. Diddy cries for help. Yeah, I think Diddy's a little pissed off, to be honest, y'all. Hey, Diddy thought he was getting out. Y'all know that part because he had speaking engagements. They said that wasn't a speaking engagement. Then what was it then? What was it? Well, you know, he was just going to go and just talk to the people about, but you still making an appointment like you think you getting out. You missing the point, dummy. This is what I'm trying to say. You thought you was getting out, so you made an appointment. You made a engagement to go somewhere. And I thought that his lawyer said it. Come find out the prosecutors brought it up to the judge. Like, Judge, he done made speaking engagements. Like, he know he getting out. Oh, yeah? That definitely let me know I'm doing this 50 months. Yeah, because you ain't learned your lesson. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Are y'all doing all right? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is happy, man. If you ain't happy, let me know in the comments, man. Maybe Uncle Mike can help surprise somebody. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check it out.
When Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison, the reactions were immediate: shock, confusion, disbelief. But for Michael Francesi, a former capo in the Colombo crime family who spent years behind bars, the biggest problem for Diddy is yet to come.
Normally, nobody's looking to shank you. When you get into the higher institutions, when people are doing, a ton of time and there's no way you can benefit them, then you got a little more problem.
Maybe if he'd be in a camp type situation, that's a possibility. But based on the lifestyle and what he's done and what he's accomplished, if he had to go behind those bars for a lot of years,
something different. That's something different.
I think that he may commit.
Francesi explained that despite the headlines, Diddy's legal team managed to navigate a highly volatile situation. The judge, in his view, weighed everything: the years of controversy, the intense media coverage, and the emotional testimony from Diddy's family. In the end, Diddy walked away with just over 4 years, a sentence that many insiders believe could have been much harsher.
Obviously, he's disappointed, although he really shouldn't be. I think, a 4-year sentence here with already credit for the year or so that he has in, I think he did very well with respect to all of the drama and all of the circumstance around this trial. There was a lot of bad stuff out there, and I'm not saying, I'm not passing judgment on that, but it just looked really bad. And he could have gotten up to 10 years or 11 years. So I think the judge, took everything into consideration. I think his family today made a very good plea for him, and I think he did very well. That's my opinion.
So in your experience, like your own experience and other, inmates that you've seen go through it and then show back up at the cell block, how do they take this? Do they bury their head in the pillow and cry, or do they keep their head held high and just pack up their stuff and wait for their assigned new prison? Like, tell me everything.
Well, everybody's different. I'm sure he went back was somewhat disappointed, so he's probably, dwelling on that. Hey, it could have been differently. Maybe I should have gotten out. Maybe he's a little bit upset, a little bit angry. I get it. All those emotions come in.
My bad, y'all. Damn. Well, we ain't doing live. How about that? Uncle Mike make a mistake every now and then. We did this one, man. We did. They had the thumbs up on it. Home. Let's do this. We're going to add something to it. Diddy? Oh, my God. Let's add this real quick, man. Wait a minute. Diddy crying in prison. Government collected new freak off video. I told y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, cousin. Hey, cousin. My cousin in the live stream. Don't forget we live when we doing our reaction. I don't care, man. I don't care. I don't care, y'all. You can sit here and say whatever you want. Oh my God. All this footage and everything. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this out.
And the kid asked her father.
I can't wait, man. Good gracious. Here we go. Watch this, y'all. Give him a thumbs up. Ooh, I'm having the hiccups. I'm hungry. I've been drinking all this water. Here we go, y'all.
So Uncle Diddy, guys, is crying on the phone, and he made sure that press were there ready to write this article up so that
I can't call him Uncle Diddy. Nope. Can't call him Uncle Diddy. But here we go.
So Uncle Diddy, guys, is crying on the phone, and he made sure that press were there ready to write this article up so that we guys know that this man was crying. Hey guys, it's 𝗟𝗡𝗏, daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into this video where Diddy is choking up on the phone, child. He's choking up on the phone from the MDC because he was meant to move to Fort Dix by now, and it's no surprise to me that he wants to move to Fort Dix because he probably does like to have four. Anyways, yeah, he's choking up.
Man, get out of here. Hey! I'll go home. Hey, Murad, go ahead, Murad. Go ahead, Murad. Leave him alone. Y'all leave Diddy alone. For what did he say about the Oh my God. Here we go.
Was meant to move to Fort Dix by now, and it's no surprise to me that he wants to move to Fort Dix because he probably does like to have four. Anyways, yeah, he's choking up on the phone, speaking to Dana Tran, who was one of the many women that he has had kids with. Diddy was talking to the mother of his youngest child, Dana Tran, on the phone after sentencing, and she put the toddler daughter, Love, on the phone, and the kid asked her father when she could see him and where he was. Diddy began to break down. He was crying, and we're told that he choked up, and he told Love, "I miss you, Daddy." An emotional P. Diddy replied, "I miss you and love you very much." Our sources also tell us that Diddy told Love Daddy's away for a little while and that he could see her very soon. The key words here today are little while. This man got off lucky on this 4-year sentence. He should have gotten much longer. And when these freak-off videos hit the web, because they're going to hit the internet in the next couple of months or, years to come, then everybody's going to shut up. The people who have been pro-Diddy or feel like, the man, 4 years is enough and etc. Then people are going to shut up because then they're going to realize that, hold on now.
Hold up.
Whatever this article is, I don't have time for it. And I just feel like it's all just typical PR coming out. I can't stand a man who wants to use their children for sympathy, but it's your own fault as to why you're in prison, talking about you're choking up on the phone to your youngest daughter that you can't even see. You haven't been seeing her for the past year and a half because of your own actions, your own accord, but let's use her to carefully place a PR story to let people know and feel sorry, which is what the children did when they went to trial, which is why they were all crying, getting emotional, because this is what they want. They want to be used as emotional manipulation so that we feel sorry for Diddy, that's just not going to cut it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just not going to cut it. Now, DJ Academics, guys, is reporting and he's providing evidence that Diddy actually evicted his other baby mother. Pay attention, guys, because there's several. Daphne Joy from the home that he was renting. During the stream, the outspoken media personality claimed that Diddy had allegedly evicted Joy from a luxury rental home in Northridge, California, a property he said the music mogul had been financing. Speaking to thousands of viewers, Academics walked fans through a mix of Zillow listings and screenshots from Joy's old stories. He claimed that online sleuths matched the layout of a recently listed home, particularly the kitchen, to one featured in Joy's videos. Apparently, this is where she was staying. Don't ask me how people pull this up. If you guys remember the kitchen, it looks pretty accurate. Academics said the property, once rented for $10,000 a month, had been relisted at $12,000. He linked the change to Diddy's ongoing legal turmoil. Diddy was paying 10 racks. It's now listed again. She probably couldn't pay it. Diddy said, basically, get the F out of here. Why is this man paying 10 racks for, one of the baby mothers that he probably isn't doing anything with? Why is she not able to afford her own lifestyle? I can't, like, these women who think that, including Cassie, who want to just, jump in and feel like their life should be dependent on Diddy. More so now, you have Dana Tran and you have the other women, not Cassie as much now because she left, but the women who are now hanging on to this man and are depending on him. Why are you in a rental flat and allowing him a rental apartment house, whatever you want to call it, and you're basically letting him pay $10,000 a month to basically look after you? Why can't you look after yourself? Why can't you go out and get a job? I don't get it. You're imprisoned by this man if he's paying for your bills, paying for your lifestyle, paying for your rent. You are a slave to this man. You are a commodity to this man. Why don't you just move out and get your own stuff? So this is probably why that, you know, she was evicted. And good work, I guess, from these online sleuths and for DJ Academics to be bringing it together in this conversation. One of the few streamers, I guess, who is still calling out Diddy, because we know Ray J flipped so quickly, and I will never understand why. Now, it's also been reported, guys, Diddy's videos remain in federal custody by the government. They are choosing to keep the stash of these videos. And my guess is that they're choosing to keep these videos and not discard of it, or, you know, remove them or delete them because they're waiting for another mad date. The prosecution are definitely going to try to pin more things on Diddy to keep him in jail. Similar things happened to Harvey Weinstein, where whilst he was in prison, he was still facing future criminal proceedings for things that were completely unrelated. The government are definitely planning to get this man pinned down for other stuff. And in my opinion, the man is guilty of RICO and trafficking. But of course, the prosecution messed that up. Lesson learned for them. But I think there are other charges that you can easily put on Diddy. People just have to wait for more things to be revealed and relished. There is a discovery taking place in 4 days from Lil Rodney's case, first Diddy. And you've got Anna Kane's case, I believe her name, starting end of January, which both of them are going to be discovery. So that in itself could lead to anything criminal anyhow. And there are also other things going on where there are future sex trafficking charges that Diddy could face in specific other cases. So the man might be out of the woods with the 4-year sentence, but on the cusp of that 4-year sentence and him getting out, I could easily see something else happening to him where the man is facing another criminal, you know, indictment happening in the next 2-3 years. The man is facing 86 cases in New York currently right now that are civil. 86 cases that you're facing. And not one of them is going to be turning criminal. Like, let's be for real for a minute. The man is cooked 110%. I think that here it's just one criminal trial, but the man will definitely have other criminal trials coming his way as well. And this is why I feel like the government are choosing.
He said cook, y'all. The man is cooked. Cookie, go upstairs and do some more, cook some bacon. I keep telling y'all over and over again, don't you worry about a thing. Diddy is cooked, man. I forgot all about, dude, real talk, I forgot all about, because see, I don't know too much about this court and all this stuff. A civil case can turn criminal. I forgot all about that. I need to go talk to my lawyer friends. A criminal case can turn, a civil case can turn criminal. Lil Rod case, hey, I'm letting y'all know now. I'm banking on Lil Rod more than I was banking on Bugsby. I'm banking on Lil Rod because he seemed like he ain't in the streets, but he know how to do them beats and make music. So I know for a fact that he actually can, you know what? I see what's happening. I'm going to film this and I'm going to keep it and email it to one of my friends and keep it in my archives. He got some stuff. You know, when you get your own beats and your own samples and stuff, you kind of hide them so when nobody can find them. He got some stuff, man. I'm banking on his case turning criminal. I'm banking on Lil Rod's case turning criminal. When they go to discovery, it's going to be a criminal charge.
Choosing to keep these freak-off videos.
Here we go. Here we go.
I think that here it's just one criminal trial, but the man will definitely have other criminal trials coming his way as well. And this is why I feel like the government are choosing to keep these freak-off videos. And slowly, these freak-off videos, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, will be leaked. They're probably on the dark web right now, but they will be slowly leaked and put out there for the public to look at it and be even more against Diddy as it is anyways. I do believe that Diddy's going to be out end of next year Christmas, because he's going to get into a new jail. He's been qualified for the drug program. Many of you guys said that, you know, the fact that he's a violent offender means that he can't be qualified for this drug program. I don't think that's necessarily true, because this man suddenly is an MDC teacher and entrepreneur, and Judge Arun said himself that Diddy has been qualified for this whole program. So he will get into this program, he will put his head down, he will be a good boy, he will get out of, you know, this program, and he will have 1 year shaved off his sentence, and it will be reduced. I can see him getting out end of next year or early 2027. But let him get out, because he's going right back in. Right back in.
Let him get out.
The man is going broke by his standards. 400 million is left, probably around 250, 300 at this point, from the amount that you've spent on all of these lawyers, and you're still spending on these lawyers to clear out these civil cases. And you can't afford to basically keep up these women in their rental homes. And I agree, you shouldn't. But, you know, these are expenditures that you've been told to basically lock away. And that's probably why she got kicked out of the flat. These women who, and I forgot the other one, that's how irrelevant they are. She was even at the trial a couple of days ago, last week, where, you know, she came out of the woodworks, speaking in the parking lot and defending Diddy. Like, none of these women have integrity. All of you are a mess. You all financially depend on him. Like, go work. Get up and work. Do you understand? Do something. Stop depending on this man, because the minute that you no longer depend on him is the minute that you're free from this man. All of these statements that we're there to support him are from people who are financially independent, financially dependent, on this man.
Depending on him.
Anyways,
yeah, you're right.
On Diddy and what's going on. I wanted to wrap it up in an 8-minute video. Do subscribe to the channel, guys. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I've had this sinus headache.
Oh man, your microphone is messing up, man. We experiencing technical difficulties. That's my dog right there, man. God, dog, are you serious? You can't be serious. That's what's about to happen. So that's what's about to happen? Yeah. Nah, homie. This is ridiculous. When I say ridiculous, it is ridiculous. Oh my gracious, man. Look here, man. I think I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I'm trying to let y'all know. That there's more things that's gonna happen with Diddy in this Diddy case. There's more things that's gonna happen. You know, I think that everybody is looking at where he gonna be out in 2 years because of the months. He probably get out less than that. Everybody is saying a little 2 cents. Man, he be home by, man, he gonna be home whack 100. Man, he gonna be home by the first of the year. Don't tell the people that, man. Don't even tell people that straight up lie. Don't tell people that lie. That's bull. That's straight up
bullshit. Bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Bullshit.
I love that little dude, man. That's my cousin. Yeah. He ain't getting out no time soon. You got the Lil Rod case, and you got the what's the dude that didn't even pull the trigger in the Tupac killing. Rest in peace to Tupac. That dummy who got into a fight and said that he didn't pull the trigger, he in jail, he didn't even get paid from Diddy. Oh my God, I can't stand a dumb criminal. And you supposed to be a street dude. You didn't get paid by Diddy, but Diddy's still living. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look here. I'm going to get on up out of here. We got one more, baby. I got one more to do before I take me a break. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. I can't believe. Peace out. Oh my God, yeah, this is crazy. Oh my goodness. I keep saying I'm a God dog it. Oh my God.
And the kid asked .
Man, I want to start the computer over, man, but I need to take a break. I've been sitting here for a minute. All right, let's see what we got here. I don't even know what that was. Okay, 23 minutes. Okay, let's see. Bam. Let's get rid of that. We don't want that. Should I do, what is this? Wow, Suge Knight, 𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗞 told me at a Lakers game, did he put the hit on us? All right, let's see. Hold up, man. This is getting. What is up? What is up? YouTube. Hold up, man. Just because. I should do that one, man. But oh yeah, I want to do this one. I want to do this one right here. One of my songs. Since somebody in the chat room said, "Don't nobody want to hear your music?" Shout out to everybody who love my songs. It's so many comments that say, "I love your music." And I thank y'all. I thank y'all so much, man. I thank the people that say that you got some real talent. I'm about to show y'all one more little talent. I'm editing. I got editing skills, baby. I can shoot videos and stuff. I can shoot a movie. I ain't bragging. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth.
See, I don't pray for what you think I would.
So I'm going to pray for you. Pray.
Not for cars. Not even for my own hood. I just close my eyes and I pray. I pray that Sunday don't say the most fake day of the week. That we live what we preach when we rise to our feet. I pray one day we don't see color in the face. Only one race, one love, the human race. I pray for peace, not power. For unity that don't fold in the dark hour. I pray for the child with no voice, no meal. That one day he eats and knows how love feels. I pray success finds the ones that grind quiet. Who didn't sell a soul just to go viral. I pray we remember his grace when we fall. That God still answers when we don't call. I pray for you, yeah. You're scrolling on your phone, feeling broken, feeling left all alone. I pray your health stays strong, your path stays clear, and blessings fall on you like tears. But I want you to know that's what I don't say in these lines. I never pray for money, and I never pray for myself. I never even pray for the ones closest to me.
Exercise, y'all. That's my exercise. Hey.
Just some things I pray for. I pray for the mothers with tears in their eyes, holding it down but dying inside. I pray for the father who left too soon and the child he made trying to fill that room. I pray for the teacher who's spinning their own, trying to give hope cause the system is blown. I pray for the ones who got talent but no light. For the ones that write verses just to make it through the night, I pray we break generational chains. Stop passing down drama like it's part of our name. I pray our hearts don't stay numb from the pain, and one day we dance in the middle of the rain. I pray for the silence behind fake smiles, for the strong ones breaking after holding it a while. I pray for the ones that feel too far gone, that God's still reaching when the devil gets strong. I pray for the kids locked up in the system, no love, no hugs, just a world that miss them. And I pray for the soldier with scars on his mind. He made it back home but left peace behind. I pray for the ones who scream but ain't heard, who feel invisible when they speak a word. I pray you feel seen. I pray you feel true. I pray that these words can help you.
Just some things I pray for.
But what I mostly pray for is you.
Now, if you don't like the song, click your tail away. I got that from Big Ticket. You can't please everybody, bruh. I mean, I'm on the strap, y'all. Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, what music you like? Them bang bang shoot up songs, and how you done killed so many people, and how many girls you done did wrong and all the negativity stuff that's all in them other rap songs, that's what you like? Because that ain't what I like. Anyway, I appreciate it. Cookie says, shout out to We Live when we doing our reactions, y'all. Cookie said, Uncle Mike, I enjoy your music. Hooligan talking about how can you get Hooligan Digger, the disco. You can buy the album straight from me. I got 3 songs. I got a song. You know what? I'm gonna take a break. And I got a rock song. I got 2 rock songs that I was working on. One of them I can't finish, man. So I'm gonna put them as bonuses on the track or something. Anyway, I wanted to say I pray. I wanted to play that song before this because wow, Suge Knight, 𝗓𝗓𝗓 is the man's name. I couldn't remember his name, y'all. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 it's got to be the most stupidest. I can tell my levels is off for my live stream. Anyway, y'all hit that. Wait a minute. 𝗓𝗓𝗓. I'm trying to hurry up and get to the video. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 told me at a Lakers game, did he put the hit on us and security paid role, and security's paid role. Okay. We're going to stay with that. Straight Game. This is Straight Game channel, man. Shout out to him. Hit that subscribe button.
And gonna
hit
use
that
it
bell, and let's check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen. After 𝗓𝗓𝗓 changed his story back to the Diddy putting a hit on Tupac and Suge Knight and going to use it as his defense in court, Suge Knight finally speaks out on the art of dialogue and tells the truth.
He said, but I'm going to give you something that's real true, and I've been wanting to tell you because we've been knowing each other, since we was kids. So 𝗓𝗓𝗓 was like, look, I need the money. Puffy and them supposed to give me $1 million. They gave us most of the money or half of the money. And that's how everything unraveled for is what happened in Vegas.
All of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean all of it. Things we didn't know. Oh, yes. Let's get into some of this Straight Game.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy Delray Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, a Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of the Straight Game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Suge Knight, over on the Art of Dialogue. How do I put this into context for you?
Okay.
The best way that I know how. You got to understand something. So, 𝗓𝗓𝗓 recently with his new attorneys. First, 𝗓𝗓𝗓 was denying he was even in Vegas. As I've told you guys before. He had confessed in his book as to what happened, but Suge had always remained quiet because Suge did not want to seem like the person who was actually coming out and telling and snitching, right? He didn't want to seem like he was, you know what I mean? I can understand that from his perspective and from what he said, he didn't want to do and want to appear as, ladies and gentlemen. But now that 𝗓𝗓𝗓 has obtained new counsel and his old attorney, Carl Arnold, is no longer on the case, 𝗓𝗓𝗓 has now reverted back to the Sean P. Diddy Combs, put $1 million hit on Tupac and Suge Knight, and that 𝗓𝗓𝗓 basically confessed to Suge, according to Suge, that was the catalyst that led up to the shooting, among other things. Now, Most people would say, oh man, Suge talk a lot of shit. He said this, he said. Now Suge has said some things in the past, and I didn't really take when he was like Tupac still alive and all that. I didn't take that because I understand that he was being facetious when he said that. But you're gonna have some people who take statements like that and try to run with it and make a video and be like, well, he said this, right? To keep you away from what? The truth. If he said, or to try to, what they do in court, give you something that's beyond, or should I say, that has some doubt still there based on a statement that somebody might have made, right? But this here, this ain't that. Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't that. So as in the beginning of the interview, you can hear Suge Knight basically say that since the Keefe D spoke his truth, and since it's out there, you know what I mean, he can speak on it now that it's out there. Listen.
He put his truth out there. A lot of other people put their truth out there. Me personally, if it wasn't already out there, I wouldn't have no comment on it. But since it's there, I tell you this.
Right? So you can understand why he's saying what he's saying now. And understand, okay, he said it, so I don't really, me saying it now doesn't mean that I'm snitching. And I think that was Suge's concern. Then he goes on to talk about, what Keefe D told him about what actually happened when he seen Keefe D at the Laker game, right? And he tells him what the real thing behind the situation in Vegas was really all about. Listen.
I used to keep a box at the Staples Center. So I'm at the Laker game, fucking with a bitch here and there, got some bitches with me. I step out for a little fresh air. I see Keefe D.
Since the incident, since the Vegas incident.
Oh, really?
I seen him at the basketball game. It was New Jersey Nets against the Lakers. Jason Kidd and them. I seen him when I first got out of the feds. Seen him then.
Keefe D was spooked. First thing he told me was they didn't have nothing to do with the killing of my homie Buntry. I responded to Keefe D and said, shit, if I thought that, I'd be on you already. And he said, but I'm going to give you something that's real true, and I didn't want to tell you because we've been knowing each other, since we was kids. So Keefe D was like, look, I need the money. Puffy and them supposed to gave me $1 million. They gave us most of the money, or half of the money. And that's how everything unraveled for is what happened in Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bombshell out of all bombshells. And so when Suge Knight was saying all along that if you solve one murder, you'll solve the other one, right? I don't know how true of a statement that actually was. But the part that hits me, that makes me really understand that Suge is saying what he said and he's speaking the truth, is the fact that Suge Knight says the first thing that Keefe D said to him was what he was going to tell him, or he confessed that it ain't had nothing to do with Buntry getting killed. And Suge told him, yeah, because if I thought that, I'd be on you right now. Listen.
First thing he told me was they didn't have nothing to do with the killing of my homie Buntry. I responded to Keefe D and said, shit, if I thought that, I'd be on you already.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I told you about Keefe D's testimony early on in the game, Keefe D was too detailed about the Greenblatt interview with Sean P. Diddy Combs. Like I said, it's still an allegation. But this right here is a bombshell. And another thing, Suge Knight, in so many words, also confesses, because he says you know, me knowing what I know from being there.
I know what I know from being there. I know what I know later on when people told lies or never told me the truth.
Me knowing what I know from actually being there, right? It's basically him saying that, yeah, I did see 𝗖𝗎𝗓 in the car. Yeah, from what I know from being there. It's just as simple as that. It is just as simple as that. And like I said, people can take it for whatever they want. You could take it, run it, try to repackage it, you know, sell it as soup when it's actually a filet mignon, right? But more importantly, you heard it. I don't think that you're going to ever get another confession out of. There's no other confession that can come from anywhere involving Suge Knight, the person who was in the car with Tupac Shakur on September 7th, 1996. I don't think that you're going to ever hear it like this ever again. This is it. And the reason why is because 𝗖𝗎𝗓 basically, in confessing and using as a defense that Sean P. Diddy Combs allegedly put a hit on Tupac and Suge Knight. Essentially, 𝗖𝗎𝗓 is saying, yeah, he put a hit on, you know, Tupac and Suge. And basically he admitting that he was involved in Tupac's murder. That's how you can believe it. You get it? There's nothing. Listen, because you got a lot of people who don't really get it. If 𝗖𝗎𝗓 is using as a defense that him going to Vegas, him, you know, being summoned to assassinate Sean P. Diddy Combs, assassinate a Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur at the direction of Sean P. Diddy Combs for $1 million, and this is an allegation. Let me be clear. But if 𝗖𝗎𝗓 is willing to go into a Las Vegas courtroom and use that as his partial defense, ladies and gentlemen, he's essentially putting himself at the mercy of the court. He's essentially giving the jury the rope to basically hang him, but he's saying, this is why I did it. Kurt Burrows, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if none of this is from Kurt Burrows basically saying, yeah, this is the reason X, Y, and Z. Kurt Burrows was a former executive at Bad Boy. He confessed to that just recently in his lawsuit. And now you ultimately now having Suge Knight confessing to what 𝗖𝗎𝗓 told him.
So I'm like, I had to go take a piss. Let's have this conversation in the restroom. He was like, man, I ain't going in that restroom with you. And good thing he didn't, because even though we was friends, but if a motherfucker paid you to kill us, I got a bullet into my skull.
Dang, yup.
And one of the best friends I ever had in life is Pac.
Of course, I'm gonna take you in the bathroom and work you over. Wow.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out that nigga in that restroom.
See, that's different. That's where I'm different now.
You know, my blood was boiling. Somebody used to always say, but at the same time, I am an intelligent, wise man and a businessman.
That's where I'm different now. Everybody tell them if he would have went in the bathroom, or if this would have happened, if the sky was green, then I would be orange. If I would have done this, nah, this man told you that Puffy told y'all to off them, and you ain't kirk off on them right then and there. I think they want to be gangsters. That's what I think. Nah, I would have kirked off right then and there. I don't
Since
play.
I can't do nothing to him, I might as well get him to ask some questions. So I double back on him and say, what you mean? It's big money in this. Only thing Puffy want to do is pay $1 million to have both of them killed.
Suge also said that he was paroled, and he was on parole at that particular time. So it would have been foolish, once again, for him to do or try to fight with 𝗖𝗎𝗓 or do something crazy and be arrested again and sent back to jail, right? So when people ask, well, why didn't he do nothing? Blah, say, blah. Like I said, he chose to handle it like he chose to handle it. But ladies and gentlemen, the last thing I want to tell you is this. Out of all the things, you got to go over there and check out the Art of Dialogue and that interview, man. It's jaw-dropping, man. And one of the things that has never been put together, ladies and gentlemen, that Suge Knight said was what? He implicated.
What's good, family?
He said that 𝗖𝗎𝐷 said he wasn't the only one that was involved. It was security that was paid.
He told me that. He said it was, according to him now, according to him, he said it was security that accepted money, participated in it, and it was so-called homies. So he laid it out to me in a way that he's spilling his guts to me, saying it wasn't just him, it wasn't just Puffy. He named names, he named people. And usually when people name names the way he was naming names, I believe him.
Security was paid off too. So who could that security be, ladies and gentlemen? He also talked about Frank Alexander not having the radio. Basically alleging that it was all a setup. It was way intricate. And that was the part that somebody had asked me just recently. It was like, well, what do you think about how do you link Reggie the Rat Right Jr.? I said, I don't really know. I can't tell you something I don't know. That's not what I do. But when Suge Knight said that 𝗖𝗎𝐷 told him that it wasn't just him, that security was paid off too, that is the linchpin. Reggie the Rat Right Jr. has been implicated in the murder of Tupac Shakur by way of 𝗖𝗎𝐷, saying that 𝗖𝗎𝐷 saying that Reggie the Rat Right Jr. or security in that matter, right?
Right.
Was paid off and a part of the whole plot also, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bombshell. Stop playing with yourself, with these other YouTube videos, with these other people trying to come in. This is from Suge Knight from prison himself, ladies and gentlemen. The person who was in the car. We understand now what actually happened and how it went down. Right? And like I said, the fact that, 𝗖𝗎𝐷 seen him at the Laker game and told him, yo, this is what it was about. And then the crazy part about it is that the Art of Dialogue asked a great follow-up question. Did you know at the time, or did you know before that there was a hit on y'all? And Suge said, no, I didn't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hell of a thing, man. It's a hell of a thing. And this trial coming up, it's going to be a hell of a trial, bro. It's going to be a hell of a trial because, like I said, once again, I'm so like, man, I don't really even know what to say. I'm kind of lost for words because I kind of knew it. I'm kind of like the only thing that couldn't be really put together if it was all of what that is. Now you understand Reggie the Rat Right Jr.'s desperation and trying to get 𝗖𝗎𝐷 hemmed up and going and testifying in front of the grand jury and lying about so many things, right? And then Suge finally speaking out and starting to crush those lies. But this truth right here, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to believe. I'm not going to tell you, you know what I mean? That's not what we do over here on Straight Game TV. I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to tell you is listen to what Suge's saying on this one.
Okay.
Just listen to what he's saying. Because like I said, if you understand this whole situation, you understand when he basically says, and me being there, and knowing what I know from, he said, knowing what I know from me being there, right? Yeah. Because guess what he didn't say when 𝗖𝗎𝐷 was telling him what he was telling him? Nah, nigga, I ain't see you in the car. Nah, nigga, you lying. Nah, nigga, it ain't happen like that. He was listening to what 𝗖𝗎𝐷 was saying. And not one time did he check him in regards to that. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Your boy 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗞.
Oh,
Straight
my
gang.
gracious.
They said Tupac was
I don't know, man.
untouchable. But behind the walls of Rikers Island, he was just a man, wounded, watching his back, and wondering who he could trust. He survived bullets, betrayal, and isolation behind bars. But what happened inside those walls has never been told until now. In the darkest corner of Rikers, he found betrayal and a brotherhood no one saw coming. These dudes smiled in my face, then flipped and tried to kill me, and I never saw it coming. They were Puff's security, Biggie's muscle, Henchman's people, and Tupac knew exactly who sent them. This is the side of Tupac Shakur the world never got to see.
Yes.
Told by the man who lived it with him, not in the studio, but in a 6x9 cell. The rap battles, sex and drama with female guards, the tears, the silence after Jada Pinkett's visit, and the moment Tupac almost broke. Before Death Row, before All Eyes on Me, before Machiavelli, there was Rikers. Behind the Walls with Tupac Shakur, available now on Amazon. Get your copy. Learn the truth.
Wow, man. I don't know, man. I think Suge Knight, man. I'm kind of. He know that a lot of people listening to him, and a lot of people was getting him to do these interviews. But there's something about him, man, that make me say, is he for real, or is he a bunch of bullshit? I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Because if you so smart and you know so much, why you locked up? You and 𝗖𝗎𝗑, both of y'all. I don't take no advice from somebody that's doing time, bruh. I just can't. I listen to you. I listen to both of y'all, then I say, oh man, I can't, I can't swallow none of this stuff, man. What y'all think, man? I don't think y'all should be getting info from somebody that's in jail. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man, because he was there. Both of them was there during this time, so I'm dying to see what y'all think in the comments, man. Hit me up, bruh. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Oh, my goodness. Ooh-wee, boy, the water fountain ain't no joke, baby. Oh, my goodness. All right, what I'm going to do, man, because somebody said the stream is too long. We used to get a job. Hush, man, I ain't getting no job. Shoo, Lord have mercy, boy. I'm doing a whole lot of drinking, chugging water because my stomach started hurting just a little bit, but I think I know why. But it cleared it right on up. It ain't hurting no more. So let me see. Tahir was saying something about we need one. I got 1, 2. Got 1 for the stream. 3, 4, 5, 6 for the main channel. We doing pretty good, man. We ain't we doing pretty good, man. Wait a minute. 11, is this 11? Yeah, I gotta take a break and I'm gonna come do some more. And we're gonna go live again. 10 trying to build my live stream back up, man, but I don't know what to do on the live. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some live reactions, and we're gonna do some other things I wanted to do. I think it's one. One for stream time. That's good enough. All right, y'all. This is all the stuff I gotta do. Then what make it so bad is we actually while this is going, I gotta click here, check to make sure my save is there, and so far it's been there every single time. I don't know why. That's a habit I do. Then I gotta disconnect the hard drive, switch over to the other computer. This is a whole new computer. This is a whole different computer, y'all. Uncle Mike got this system down pat. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, y'all can still hear me. Yeah, when I switch over. So this is a different computer, y'all. Check this out. So now that it's here, so we double click on the drives, right, and move them over. Yeah. Nah, homie. So we moving over to now. That way, my people can log into the other computer to do the edits. Now, is that computer faster than? Nah, because we had that. I can't remember. But we about to. Hot dag. Thing did a thumbs up. I be trying to figure out how this thing doing the thumbs up. There it is. Anyway, I can't see y'all like that no more. I got to come over here. All right, y'all. I'm about to take me a relaxation and all that good stuff. Shout out to Hooligan. Yeah, go check out the album, man. Go check out the album and everything. And this guy is talking to me. Oh, my grade. Oh, the reason I said 5K is because I clicked the link I saw in your profile. I totally get you, bruh. I've actually promoted channels that hit 1 million. Yeah, okay. These people think I'm dumb. The way you approaching me, this guy trying to get money from me, basically. Yo, why don't you promote your Facebook page? This Facebook page got like 10 people and 1 post up there. You a scammer. You coming off like a scammer, even if you're not a scammer. Peace out, y'all. Peace out, Cassandra, Hooligan, and to here, to there, to everywhere. Miss Cookie, I know you there, baby. To Tyson Roberts. What's up, Tyson? I saw you in there, but I forgot to say what's up to you, man. That's it. Everybody else probably rolled out. Who else? Kiwi, that's my cousin Kiwi. And Kevin, shout out to Kevin, man, is up in the house. And my boo-boo went to sleep. She went to sleep with the phone on. Yeah. For the Love of Music talk show, baby. Most definitely. Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I try to say what's up to everybody. Y'all take it light, take it slow. How you work this thing? It's a lot of times I don't be knowing. Okay, there you go. Peace out, y'all. I might turn this live back on again and let's do some more videos. But also, in 1 hour, we dropping a video on the main channel anyway. So once that video plays on the main channel, then I'll come back on. How about that? Peace out.